What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Boot Breakdown. And now I turn it over to Jordan Taylor.
Ladies and gentlemen, you either dome or you're home. After semifinal football wrapped up this past week, and let me tell you, we got 16 teams that will represent us next week at the Prep Classic. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we got a slate of games that we will talk about tonight. We will recap the semis. We will talk about those dome matchups. 3 games next Thursday, 3 games next Friday, and then 2 of them on Saturday. A lot to break down tonight. Some great semifinal matchups. Some teams are going back for another opportunity to lose what they lost on the field a year ago. Some teams are going for the very first time, and then there's some of them that are going to try to repeat. A lot to get to, little time. My name is Jordan Taylor. How about we meet the rest of the panel at this time, and I'll be right back.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, JB the sports guy from the Hash It Out show. That's all you know about me. I'm not big on being popular and stuff like that. So that's all I'm saying. I pass it down to the guy below me.
Absolutely.
That's you, Lamar.
Once again, I'm Lamar Gafford, one of the co-preps. Oh, my bad. I'm Lamar Gafford, co-writers and co-founders of Sinlot Preps. And of course, you're getting the chance to talk a little bit about the stuff, the state here. And for this joy is a kid. So I can't be looking scratchy now.
Yeah, I'm Nick Campbell from the Nick Network Prep Report, covering the River Parish for 7 years, and excited to get this most wonderful time of the year going.
Everybody went?
Yes, sir.
Well, guess what, everybody? All 4 of us will have a team or teams that will represent our affiliations or coverage areas next week in the Dome. We'd love to start there with the show as we get ready for a great show. I would love to hear who's going from your respected areas and see who's going to be representing our affiliations next week. We start with JB, who's going from your area, and we don't have to talk about the semifinal games, just the teams right now.
Okay, cool deal. I hope I don't miss anybody, but I shouldn't. We have the Edna Carr Cougars. They're going again. We have the St. Augustine Purple Knights. They're going for the first time since 1979. And we have the Archbishop Shaw Eagles making a repeat trip to the Prep Classic inside the Superdome.
There you go. 3 of them. Okay. Lamar, you were riding with one, and I think that one got there.
One of the only Gina Giants. They're making it down the first time in school history, and the whole town of Gina, I can imagine, is going to be there.
Oh, yeah. Nick, how many did we get?
We got 2. We assembled 4 before the season started, but some teams from up north had other ideas. Got the Riverside Rubbers and the St. Charles Comets.
There we go. And everyone from the Acadiana area got knocked out this week for me, so I'm hanging on to one of those right there in Iowa that we covered this past week. So excited to see Iowa go for the first time in school history. All right, guys, 16 teams will be there. I want quick thoughts on each of those 16 teams that will represent in the Dome next week. Let's start with Haynesville, the Golden Tornado, runner-ups of a year ago. They're looking for their 18th state title in school history. Your thoughts on Haynesville going into next week?
I guess I'll say not shocked. This is a powerhouse team in Division 4 non-select. And they're usually in the semis every year, so I'm not shocked. And they have a great shot to bring home a title this year. To be honest with you, a great team every year, and those are my thoughts about Haynesville.
Lamar, your thoughts on Haynesville, coached by Coach David Franklin, looking for number 18. Lamar must be frozen. We'll go to Nick Campbell. Your thoughts on Haynesville and their search
Man,
for number 18.
man, I'm excited for Haynesville. I just was having a conversation about an area like Haynesville that's competing for a state championship just about every year. And for Coach Franklin to have his community behind a team like that, it remind me of the small areas that we have that have those constant powerhouses year after year after year. So we haven't gotten back to those winning ways at some of our 1A schools, but Haynesville been a staple for a very long time.
Do we think Lamar's going to come back in?
Yeah, I think he'll try to come back in.
Haynesville will make their 28th trip. Wow. 28th
Very
trip
competitive.
to the Super
Very
Bowl.
competitive.
Sound a little more excited. You don't think the Jackets can upset the Griffins? Well, JB, that'll be one of my easier picks Wednesday, right?
Yeah, I know.
rolling with the love there. Lamar, you think we just come back to him?
He's not back on yet, so hopefully when he comes back on, I'll bring him back in.
We can spin him back around. Okay.
Oh, that's all.
Let's go. Was that?
I say that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Rolling with the next team. Let's talk about those Mangum Dragons. Making their first appearance since 2015. They're looking for state title number 2. They're coached by Coach Scott Wilcher. And when you look at Mangum, this will be their 6th appearance in the state title game. They're trying to win a state title for the first time since 1956. Long time for the Dragons, JB.
Long time for the Dragons. But my thoughts about the Mangum Dragons, they've had one goal on their mind since last year when losing to South Plaquemines in the quarterfinals, was to get to the state championship this year. And what I can say about Mangum, and I don't think a lot of people are really talking about this, their offense this season is just phenomenal. It is hard to stop. They are putting points up like we never seen from a Mangum team. I talked to Coach Feet last Tuesday night, and he asked me what I thought about Mangum. And, I told him what I thought, and I said, what you think about the offense this year? Better than last year? He said, yes, way better than last year. So he already knew they had a tough task on their hands regardless. But Coach Feet knowing that the offense was better than last year's Mangum team, and I noticed it too, to me, Mangum is scary.
Yeah. Nick?
Yeah, I jumped on Mangum bandwagon in week 2. A lot of people going to talk about Mangum offense, but their defense is pretty good. It's pretty good. And if they get the lead on you, I think those big guys, they start to slapping that fat around out there on that football field. And I'm telling you, they are a very competitive natured football team. Very competitive.
I think you got to go all the way back to the shootout they had with Gina. Now look at them and Gina both playing for a state title next week. So I think if you go all the way back to the beginning of the year, that's when you knew Mangum was going to have a special season this year.
Mm-hmm.
No more?
Not yet.
All right. Moving along with the show, let's talk about Ascension Catholic making their first trip back to the state title game since 2018. They're looking for their 4th state championship and their first state title since 1992. They're coached by Coach Taylor James. This is his first year, and he's got this Ascension Catholic team in the state title. Oh, and what a running back. Trevor Simon, my goodness. Your thoughts on Ascension Catholic looking for title number 4, first since 1992.
I tell you what, man, we knew about Chad Elsie last year for Ascension Catholic, but Trevor Simon has blasted onto the scene, and he has taken Louisiana high school football by storm. Everybody knows about him now. He is a beast, and he's putting his team on his back. but also this team, they got to the semis last year, and it's first time in a very, very long time. So they already knew what it felt like to be in the semis. It's the regular business trip for them. They took care of business. And hey, beating a Westminster Christian Academy Opelousas team the way they did, they have it on their mind to go into this dome and handle business with Riverside.
And Lamar, we're going to skip you right here because I'm going to come back with you with the three teams that you missed. We'll go to Nick.
Now, I was at the Ascension Cali game last year when they played Riverside and they whooped Riverside out in the quarterfinals. And man, I can tell you, I love running back play. And watching Chad Elsie play was one of the best things that I saw since watching Alfred Blue. But saying that to say this, and we talking about a young kid, Trevor Simon, that's being a benefactor of a really good offensive line. A really good offensive line. And look, he's taking advantage of that. And nothing is wrong with that because the video, the little bit film that I saw of Westminster in that game, they spread him out and they use his offensive line ability to get to that second level, and he made a lot of big runs. So I think looking at Ascension, they're primed for a good matchup against Riverside.
Lamar, we're going to go to you now. We talked about Haynesville searching for title number 18. We talked about Mangum looking for their first title since 1956. And we talked about Ascension Catholic searching for their first title since 1992. Your thoughts on those three schools? My thing I said about Mangum was we knew how good they were when they played Gina back in week 1.
Absolutely. And my apologies, guys. I mean, the power just went out here a little bit. So I don't know, must have been Beyonce singing or something else like that. But but and as long as it's here and not in the dome, well, we have all this stuff going on here. But no, Haynesville, a traditional team that has won lots of championships. It's been a minute since they won. So at least now they're trying to get right back to their rightful place. But also you have a Mangum squad that, they're also been waiting for a while for getting themselves a title. So they're a pretty good squad. So of course you're going to have two really good teams there. And then of course for you said Ascension Catholic, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you have another team that's chomping at the bit for another title there, and that looked really impressive in their first round in their semifinal game this past Friday there. So you got three good teams that are hungry for a championship and that really, really want to hoist that trophy up.
Okay. Ascension Catholic going to make their 7th trip to the Dome. You look at Mangum going to make their 6th trip to the Dome. So we move on with the show. We go to the Riverside Rebels trying to win a state title for the second time in school history. Last one came back in 2016. Last appearance 2023. The Riverside Rebels are coached by Coach Lee Russell, and this team right here, really good. Your thoughts on Riverside, JB?
They're scary. This is just a scary team. They got size on both sides of the ball, O-line and D-line. Obikwe, I hope I said his name right. Nick, if I didn't, please correct me. Obikwe.
That's him, Jay. You're going to get it right. They're going to make sure you get it right.
Good. I don't like saying people's name wrong, but make sure I get it right, people. But he has been a difference for them offensively. He is you can't stop him. Non-stoppable. That's what he is. Riverside is a scary team, man, and I think people are seeing why they are pretty much the favorites to win the state championship.
Making their 7th trip there. Lamar?
Yeah, for Riverside as well. I mean, this bracket was kind of, when I looked at it, a little bit unpredictable there, but you also had some very good standout teams, and this Riverside team was definitely one of those, playing essentially in their own backyard. So of course they're going to be feeling very energized about that there. So I'm excited to see what they what they have coming up.
Nick?
Yeah, I'll give y'all a history lesson. I was just like y'all and believing that Riverside didn't have that many state championships in football. but they did prior to NC Louisiana High School Athletic Association. I was told that they have 10, and I thought it was wrong until I went and did my research. But I think before it unified, they had a bunch of championships that was involved. But since they've been in the high school athletic association, this is their third trip. They got one. They got one from us with Bill Stubbs when he was there, and they lost to that was a Southern Lab 2 years ago. So Coach Roussel is prime. His kids are very humble. His base is uniquely excited about this opportunity because they are very, very young.
And how long has it been since they won a title?
2018.
All right, so all my information is wrong here.
Yeah, they took my son. I know for a fact because they took my son. That was my son. That was 2018.
Sure,
It
it's
be
not 2016.
2016.
All right,
2016.
I'm back in business here. Y'all almost
2016.
fired me.
I'm an old man. I get some
me.
brain farts, but 2016, that's when they took St. Charles Catholic to the Dome and beat them.
I almost got fired right there. I'm glad I recovered. All right, let's talk about those Gina Giants, ladies and gentlemen. First trip in school history. Coach Rourke finally kicks the door down. When you think about this team, you think about a long time coming, right, JB?
Definitely a long time coming. Definitely. I mean, they've been knocking on the door for 3 years and just wasn't let in. And finally, the people said, "All right, come on in. You're now invited to walk inside the Superdome." So, and sometimes it's like that for a few teams. Gotta learn how to win in the semifinals, and that's what it took for Gina for 3 years. I mean, they lost to Union and they lost to Sterlington in back-to-back years. So, just learning how to finally win in the semifinals, and that's what they did, and they won big against Union Parish.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just to add to that, I mean, you have a team, like you said, consistently chipping away and trying to get there from 10-0 seasons, getting to the quarterfinals for the first time since 2000 and 2020, and then getting to the semifinals for the first time a few years ago, and then now to get to the dome here. Just a consistent program that does all the things the right way, good coaching staff and everything, and a good fan base and everything right behind it there. So again, as I said, the coach Rourke after the ball game on Friday couldn't have happened to a better man. I'm happy for him, and I'm proud for him, and I'm proud for this franchise. I mean, for this fan base.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, man. Look, I tell you, I was wearing my Gina Giants shirt week 3, and look, they are a well put together machine. They've been playing good. I thought the Union Parish game would have been a little bit closer. I got a text from a friend that's at Union Parish, and he said, Gina Giants are for real. And I believed him because I said, we've been talking about Gina, and people thought it was the old Gina Giants, But this is a team that is very special, and I think they're going to show everybody this weekend what they're made of.
I got my first look at Gina back in week 8, whenever we covered their game with Bunky, and saw it right then and there, JB, how special that offense was, and they have gotten better since that point on the defensive side of the ball. So you knew it was only a matter of time before they would go and get there for the first time. So congratulations, Coach Jay Rourke, that community, that team going to the Dome for the first time, and there'll be a lot of black and gold there, a lot more than what usually the Saints put in the Superdome.
And before you move on, since we're on the topic of Gina, Coach Rourke just texted me, and he's going to join us on the Hatchet Out Show on Wednesday for 7:30.
There you go.
Big.
So we'll be looking forward to that interview there.
Yes, sir.
All right. We look at Sterlington Panthers, ladies and gentlemen. Won the state championship a year ago. One of the 3 teams that are trying to go back-to-back this coming week. Sterlington will make their 7th trip to the state title game, and they look for title number 4 if they can go back to back this week. Sterlington, my goodness, they are well-oiled machine under Coach Lee Doty.
Man, what kind of oil are they using? Is the question, man. Kind of synthetic oil they using? I'm just saying. My goodness. I mean, man, we to me that was the biggest rematch in the state. Those two teams, St. James and Sterling, they do not like each other. And how lopsided that score was, I was not expecting it. And all I'm going to say is Sterlington put the state on notice. They put the state on notice. If anybody doubted Sterlington, I don't think they're going to doubt them moving into Friday or Thursday, whenever they play. But whoo, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, you look at Sterlington's 2 losses this year.
Yes,
One of the team they lost to is playing for a state title. One of the team and the other team just lost to the team that's going to play for a state title. So that's not too bad losses to two 5A schools.
not at all. Not at all.
Lamar,
Yeah, this is a Sterlington team that obviously Lee Doty, I mean, well respected head coach ever since he came in from Mississippi in 2014 to take over for the St. Mary's job. Has won multiple state championships, won at St. Mary's after that sudden lap debacle there, and of course, winning at Sterlington a couple of times. And then just a guy that has been respected as well, hard nosed program. They love running the football. They love playing good defense. It's going to be a this is going to be an amazing team there. So you got a good Sterlington squad that's ready to hopefully that's ready to try and see if they can repeat.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something about Coach Doty, and it's nothing about anybody else. Some some people are made to become great high school football coaches, and when we look at that man and what his accomplishments been, he's a great high school football coach. He can go to a team like St. Mary and turn them into a perennial powerhouse. That's the type of coach he is. And when you have expectations and your fan base have expectations to be great every year, you got to have a coach that match that same drive. And I wasn't surprised that they won. I was just surprised on how they won. And 63 points for a running team with a running clock, that's an embarrassment, you know? So that goes to show you when you coach high school football and you're a lover of coaching high school football, the results gonna always be in your favor.
I thought they were a year away last year, JB. I
That's
thought
what.
I thought they were going to win it this year because of what they had coming back in. Now
Yes.
they're on the quest of trying to go back to back here. When you look at this next school, Dunham, one of the 3 schools that are in this year's field that were state runner-ups of a year ago, have a shot to rewrite history here. I guess not history, rewrite their wrong from a year ago and try to get the state title this year. So you look at Dunham, Haynesville, Ruston, all back in the title game to try to get back of what they lost a year ago. We start with Dunham, coached by Coach Neil Weiner. They looking for their first title since 2004. This will be Dunham's 4th trip to the state championship game. Your thoughts on Dunham and what a thriller they had last week?
Yeah,
Well,
what a
I can't say last week, 2 days ago.
yeah, I understand. What a thriller was right with LCA. My goodness, that was just an amazing ball game. And then them stopping LCA when LCA went for two to get the victory. But people told me, even Nick told me from his sources, Elijah Haven was putting the ball in spots to where only his receiver can get it, even if it was tight coverage on their receiver. He was putting the ball on the money. And that's just amazing from a quarterback standpoint. And it's just from a defensive side, you're like, I did everything right. So it's just amazing that they were able to go into a nice field and come out with that victory. And I mean, man, we knew there was a dangerous team. We knew they got a great quarterback, but they went into nice field and got the victory, man. And that's just amazing in itself. And you know, they lost last year in the state championship, and they want to be back. And here they are, man. That's the tough mentality that they've had pretty much this whole season, and now they're back playing for the state championship.
Yeah, I mean, again, a great team, great player in Elijah Haven. Um, Definitely worth box office, and of course, he gets another chance to see if he can get himself a championship, the one that kind of got away from him last year. So, a good squad though. That's also not just him, but he definitely makes everything running all the way through. So yeah, he put on one. He put on a master classic this past week. He did a great job the last time in the dome. We get a chance to see what he can do this time around.
Yeah, kudos to Coach Weiner. I met him when they played St. Charles Catholic in the Dome. It was funny, but when you have a special talent like Elijah Haven, and I'm a firm believer that cream always rises to the top. I coached summer basketball throughout the summer, and when you meet kids for the very first time, and they say, "Oh, I met Elijah Haven playing travel basketball," and they say he was a good quarterback, and I'm like, I could not believe it. I thought he was a hell of a guard. You know what I'm saying? But saying that to say this, when you got a kid of that magnitude, got aspirations to be the best quarterback in the country, not the state, the country, man, he gonna have to put his team on his back to solidify everything that everybody is saying about him that's good. Because your family members can tell you you're good, right? But JB, myself, everybody else, you could talk about how great you are after those games are being won.
All right, guys, I need you to check my resources here
Okay.
and make sure I got the right stuff wrote down here.
Okay.
First off, let's make sure I get the name right because I always struggle with his name. Let's talk about Calvary Baptist,
Okay.
coached by Coach Rodney Guwen.
Ewan.
Ewan, yeah,
Ewan.
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 Yeah.
Coached by Coach Rodney Guwen. All right, so this is what I have wrote down. Calvary Baptist will make their 5th trip to the state title game. Calvary Baptist is also looking for their 5th state title. So you're telling me they've been there 5 times and never lost?
Yep.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
And looking for first title since 2023.
Yep.
So is that correct, knowing that Haven is going in there next week to go for the redemption tour against a Calvary Baptist team that is undefeated in state title games? Is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct?
That is correct.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Your thoughts on Calvary Baptist going for title number 5?
This is a great team, and they've beaten some great teams and beaten some great teams along the way here in the playoffs. I mean, the win against Joel Sumner, and then the win against Notre Dame says a lot. So they have played some tough teams. They're a great team. I think a lot of people early in the year didn't expect them to get this far due to the players that they lost from last year's team, Abram Wardell, James Simon, to name a couple. But here they are, Coach Ewan and his staff showing why they are a great staff and why Coach Ewan is a great coach in himself. We should never count them out. And they're going to be ready to play come what that is, Friday or Thursday. Whatever day they play on, they're going to be ready to play.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
Thursday at 7.
Thursday at 7. Ooh, main event, prime time.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach Ewan, another guy that has really instilled a lot with this Calvary team. This is again a Calvary team that's trying to look just stay perfect in the dome here, and they have become one of the premier programs in that Shreveport area, and especially with the players that they definitely have there. Braylon Huglon, definitely a guy that can get it done as a receiver and also as a defensive back. And I'm interested in seeing what he does also in the dome as well. So I'm pretty sure that he has been a guy that all year long, Calvary has been looking forward to all season, and I'm really interested in seeing what does he do in the dome this time around.
Oh yeah. In 2023, I was right after having knee surgery with my knee propped up in the dome and watching St. Charles lose that game to cavalry.
Yeah, you
And when
ducked off in a corner somewhere with your knee propped up.
you with my knee propped up, and look,
Punt it,
let me tell you,
punt it.
yeah, look, that's I love watching classic high school football games. And this game that's gonna be played Thursday night is gonna be one for the ages. I'm
I agree.
telling you,
I agree.
because they're gonna have a lot of what high school football fans like to see. They're gonna have some big hits, they're gonna have some long touchdowns, and look, you're gonna be in for a treat on Friday night. So when you buy your ticket to see the 12 o'clock game, stay the whole day. Stay the whole day, you'll be treated to some really good football games.
Absolutely. Let's talk about those Griffins. North Dakota, coached by Coach Dennis Dunn. Y'all guys spoke to him not too long ago on y'all platform.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that North Dakota squad looking for their first state title in school history. That's hard to believe. Only their second appearance at a state title game in school history. So, North Dakota, is this the year?
Well, I think it was everyone's favorite to win it this year, so I'll say that. But I will also say, like I said last week, I was concerned about their defense, and you saw Plaquemine go up early on them, but credit the offense and the defense because the second half they only allowed Plaquemine 14 points. North DeSoto scored, I believe, 36 points in the second half. So credit the defense for stepping up, the coaching staff for whatever adjustments they made to get stops on Plaquemine. But Luke Delafield rushed for 160 yards. Who would have thought that? So now you got Luke Delafield that could run the ball. And I saw the highlights. He was running. Lamar, Nick, he was running. They couldn't catch him. They couldn't catch him.
I saw him.
You saw it too, yeah.
I was
So
shocked.
they couldn't catch him. I was like, dang. So now that's another threat to him escaping the pocket and running the ball up the field. So, hey, North DeSoto is for real. Credit their defense in the second half for getting those stops. Oh man, it's gonna be hard to beat them.
A North Dakota team that were there with that senior class as freshmen.
Yes.
Now they're back
Yes.
as seniors. Lamar.
Yeah, everything that JB said. I mean, you have Delafield here that now adds a dimension now, not only with his arm, but also with his legs. And you already have two good running backs that can run for at least 100 yards as well. Kenny Thomas, definitely a guy that is a good performer as well in that case. So you have like you said before, you have a good North DeSoto team that made it down here a couple of years ago, kind of hit their head on the ceiling a little bit these last couple of years, not getting back there, but this time around, having themselves a chance to possibly do something as well. And oh, by the way, this is a good chance for Coach Dennis Dunn, to make some history as well by being one of the few Louisiana coaches to win a title with two different schools. We already know that he's done a lot there with Evangel, but has yet to do it here with North DeSoto. Definitely a team that everybody has been looking forward to all season long.
Yeah, man, I can honestly say that was just watching North DeSoto in the Superdome when they played Lutcher.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Coach Dunn watched the game going home back to North DeSoto. That was a game that they had. But the difference is they're going to have a great opportunity to run the ball with Mr. Kenny Thomas and do better things that they did. They wanted to put Lutcher away the last time. That's why they did what they did. But I think the whole lesson was learned from a great coach that, man, when we got these people down, we got to keep them down. So that's going to be another high-scoring affair. And I know that coach going to coach like that's his last game. You're going to see some points in that game.
When we move forward to the next team, Iowa Yellow Jackets making their first ever trip to the state championship game. they eye the first state title in school history. When you look at this team here, they're coached by Coach Tommy Johns. 3 out of the last 4 years, they've been in the semis. A similar route to what Gina Giants
Yeah.
have played, and finally kicking the door down. You look at Iowa, and crazy enough, you brought up my next segment of the Lutcher game. If Iowa can go in and have a similar game to what Lutcher did and get the turnovers like they did in that game a few years ago, they got a good shot to go win it this week. But it's going to take all 3 phases, and you're going to have an excited ball club, excited community, and a fired up coaching staff that will be entering the Superdome for the first time. Your thoughts, JB, as I go get my Iowa shirt to put on.
Go put it on because we got some Iowa fans. They're attacking us right now. Just about speaking on North DeSoto. They're attacking us. Man, wait a minute. They saying we never watched Iowa. I mean, Jesus, Jordan been watching Iowa for all these years. When he does that game, they 8-0. They don't lose.
We the mediators.
Yeah. I mean, I watched Iowa when they played Lutcher and early in the season, and I watched the game yesterday. Hold on. But now to get to Iowa.
Like I told you before we went on air, Kayston Lewis is the best player I've seen this year.
That's right. You
said
that.
Yes.
He is a beast.
Yes.
Look, there's one team that I think can beat North DeSoto, and that's that team that's going to be on the other side of the field, and that's Iowa. This is the only team I think that could go toe-to-toe with them, seriously.
Team of destiny.
Yeah, team of destiny. Look, they've been waiting for this moment for the longest. This senior class has been fighting since they were freshmen and losing the semi. So here they are now. Yes. And they're going to bring it all. They're going to bring everything that they can to bring this championship back to Iowa. They got a good offense. They can run the ball well. They got a good defense. Kayston Lewis, one of the best players in the state, big-time playmaker. Look, this is probably, in my opinion, like I said, the only team that got a shot to beat North DeSoto. And they do it, I won't be surprised. They figured out Bell Chase early, even though Bell Chase broke a big run with Dylan Carter and later on, but they figured him out. They by the way Bell Chase lined up, like I said, you know where they're running the ball to. And they had figured them out. I mean, they got up 21-7 and 28-14. They had figured them out. So that's possible. All it took. Yeah, that's it. So if they figure out North DeSoto, they got a great chance, man. I like this Iowa team. I really do. And we're not sleeping on Iowa. Same
oh, no.
We're not.
Tell him we've been pumping up Iowa for a long time, for at least 8 weeks.
You know what the beauty of this game is? You know what the beauty of this game is next Friday?
What's that?
At noon, guys?
Yeah.
The beauty of this game is you will have 2 teams that will play for a state title, and both of them have never won it before.
Oh, yeah.
So you guaranteed a first state title in school history for one of the 2. So I'm excited.
And we can guarantee we're gonna see so many tears. So many tears. You guys been on there with us when some teams won it for the first time, and I never saw so many grown men cry with joy, because so much you put into it, and the kids go behind it, go.
I was looking at my brother last year crying. I'm like, man, what the hell wrong with you, boy?
How you say that, JB? I feel like that's family over there now.
Yeah, with you, yes.
I might cry with them. The hell with it.
Go right ahead, bro.
But I think all of Exit 43 is going. I think all of Stonewall is going. So that one
my cousin from Iowa, he said he's taking off of work.
That one right there to kick off the Prep Classic on Friday is going to be one you better get there early.
Yeah, let me go ahead and also add in my thoughts about this one too, and I'll calm the Yellow Jackets fans down a little bit.
Stinging me, bro. They stinging me.
Like guys, we have to talk good about both sides. We have to talk good about both sides. I mean, nobody's sleeping on anybody here, but Iowa really solid.
Don't show up to the Wednesday show because I might be the only one talking good about it.
But hey, good Iowa, good solid program. I remember seeing them a few years ago when they came down to Leesville and won that matchup. Tommy Johns does a very good job with his team and has done a great job in building up this Iowa team and getting them to this point.
Yeah.
The one thing I just also want to add into this thing is they also have a good wide receiver. For as much as we talk about their running game, they have a great receiver that they can throw the ball to. Jeremiah Bushnell, Houston signee,
Yeah.
just
Very
signed
good.
him this week. Very good player. One of our top wide receivers that we have in this state, and definitely a guy that can get you 1,000 yards during the season. He can get to 100 yards in a ball game there too, and if he has a big night, watch out because that could be also another key for Iowa to get a chance to win there.
Oh yeah. Well, look, I'm just all of those Iowa Yellow Jacket fans in our chat. Please bring us an Exit 43 shirt because I know they should
Yes.
be making. Because look, we've been loving Iowa. Uh, especially this way, because we watched them enough to say that it was going to be a competitive team all year, man. And look, y'all called a great game Friday night, Jordy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. You didn't have to be from Iowa to be excited about that game because
Correct.
y'all were so animated and y'all deliver. It's kind of hard for me to watch three games at one time, one live, one on the phone, and one on the pad. So y'all do a great job of expression towards these teams, man. And I truly appreciate it as a fan.
Yes, sir. Has to be involved. I'm just reading a comment real quick.
You good, bro?
All right, let's shift gears. Let's talk about those comments from St. Charles. Coach Wayne Stein. He's got them back in the big dance. They won it back in 2023. Nope, they
22.
lost it in 2023.
Yeah.
They're looking for their fourth state title in school history, and they will be making their 10th appearance to the state title game. One of the best coach teams in the state of Louisiana is those St. Charles Comets. Your thoughts?
What's up, Coach Stein? How you doing, man? How you doing? Coach Stein, he probably tell me something like, oh, he told it to me before. I said, what's going on, man? Getting ready for your Eagles. You ready to beat them? He's told me that. Like, Coach Stein look like he don't have a sense of humor, but he really does, people. He really, really does. I'm telling y'all, you just got to get to know him a little bit. Look, I always say Coach Stein is the best halftime adjustment coach in the state. I've always said that because they could be struggling offensively or defensively, and he'll make an adjustment, and man, you be like, God. So that's what I always say. But look, it's not the most talented team, but they are very sound and very disciplined on both sides of the ball, which makes them one of the best programs in the entire state. Their defense this year is one of the best in the entire state, and they got a good offense this year. They're back to running the ball more, pounding the ball more, and Coach Stein's calling the plays. So this team is very, very dangerous. They're one seed for a reason, okay? You know, the road was running through St. Charles on the top half of the bracket, and the road ended for a lot of teams at St. Charles Catholic. So here they are in the Dome, very dangerous team. And, Coach Stein, he got a bunch of rings, football and baseball, and he wants to add a ring to those fingers he has.
Yeah, tough, hard-nosed team, a gritty team that plays defense and also just plays well schematically. Just seeing them in the past, I mean, you already know that that's what Comet football is all about. Last season obviously was a reloading year, but this year they felt pretty good about themselves. They had some very good wins this season. Had even an out-of-state win this season that really helped them get to this point there. And so, again, a gritty, tough team here. And sometimes that's what it takes just to win down here at the Dome.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna make y'all laugh. This is real funny. The guys just finished shaking hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coach Wayne turned around and looked at me and said, "Where the hell you been?" I said, I was to your game at a blowout. You think I'm gonna really stay? when you kicking somebody's tail like that, and he laughed. But Coach Wayne was really emotional Friday night. I posted the video.
I saw
If
it.
you
Yeah.
saw the yeah, if you saw the video on Instagram or TikTok. No, I didn't put it on TikTok yet. But Coach Wayne, he was very emotional, man. Hit, look, a lot of folks don't know Coach Wayne said in the video he bit off more than he could chew because a lot of folks complain about his kids don't get recruited, they're not playing nobody, and yada yada yada. But last year he was full of injuries. He was full of injuries in all the right spots. I posted Landry LeBlanc interview also, and Landry was one of those guys that was there. He's a junior, and he realizes this that in order for them to get to the top, they're going to have to play that schedule that they coach promoting. They played a national ranked schedule. When you look at St. Charles Catholic schedule, they was 0-4 last year, and people was inboxing me, why you got the comment so low? Look who we lost to. You're all who your record says you are. And we don't, it's not like that. But saying that to say this, they played well. They played well enough to win. I always say magical things happen at Frank Monica Field on semifinal night. So they got away with against a really, really talented U High football team. If U High would have been on the other side of the bracket, it would have been U High and St. Charles in the dome. They had that much talent, not slighting Shaw, but they had that much talent that's on that field.
All right, JB, here's your shot to calm down the chat
Yeah.
because the chat is at your neck.
Yeah, I don't know why, man. What did I do?
Let's talk about Archbishop Shaw. Coach Hank Tierney has his guys back in the state title game, trying to go back to back. They're looking for their third state championship in school history. It's going to be their ninth appearance in the state title game. Let's talk about Shaw, one of those three teams that I said that right. One of those three teams back to defend their crown.
Yeah, you're right. That's the thing. It's the ninth appearance. And I was like, yeah, Coach Hank. This is his sixth. Baines fourth. Yeah, I said, yeah, that's right. So we got my boy JCA Ghost 2 says Shaw has no offense. I hear you, man. And that's been the key in tough ball games. The offense not even scoring a point. But and people saying Shaw got the right side of the bracket. And I understand why they're saying it, because you had Madison Prep and University and St. Charles and I'm forgetting one, Edie White on the top half. I get it. But guess what? Let me say this. Archbishop Shaw had a wake-up call when they played St. Charles Catholic in week 10. And I don't know what got into them, but it's a different team than what we saw week 10. I will tell you that for sure. This offense is playing some good ball. This defense is playing better than what they played the entire season. All right. They've only allowed 14 points in 3 playoff games. Shaw has woke up all of a sudden. They have woke up. Now, Coach Stein is his squad. They're not going to take Shaw lightly. They not. But the way Shaw playing right now and how they letting Alan Shaw use his athletic abilities to do things, it's going to be a little different come Friday night at 7 o'clock. I will tell y'all that. Trust me when I say that. Because people been saying on Facebook and everything, easy win for St. Charles Catholic. You might want to pump the brakes just a little bit.
Yeah, they're the defending champions for a reason. And, they had to, as we said before last week, for some of these teams, climbing to the top of the mountain is hard. But climbing back and knowing that you have the target on your back is even harder. And that's what happened with Shaw this season.
There you go.
They gotten everybody's best shot. There was a couple of, obviously, like you said, in the games that they lost, they didn't score a point. And that's basically tells you that they got everybody's best shot, especially their especially those teams' defense there, because they were looking to play up against them. But regardless, despite all of this, they're still here. They're going back down to the dome as well. And so that's a big thing for them. That's a credit to Coach Hank Tierney. That's a credit to those players for getting them back, getting themselves right back there to defend their crown. And you have to tip your hat off to them for that.
Yeah, look, JB, let's do a gentleman wager.
Let's go.
If St. Charles win, you buy me a St. Charles cap, and I have to wear it the whole week. Shaw win, I'll buy the Shaw cap, and you know you can showcase it, whatever you want to do. So it's a cap bet, so which is
Okay,
cool
no,
to
no,
me.
no. If St. Charles Catholic win, I gotta buy the St. Charles Catholic hat and I wear it since they won.
Yeah, that's
All
cool.
right. Shaw wins, you buy the Shaw hat and you gotta wear
And look, you know your fans, they're already on me on Facebook, so
it.
they're gonna be good for that. So
Yeah.
look, saying this about St. Charles Catholic, they will not take anybody lightly. This is a team that's playing with a heavy heart. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at their opportunities, man, they're very injury free. They're very injury free. They stepped up in class to play teams like Shaw and to have a competitive balance so their teams can play. But saying that to say this, let's do a little homework, fellas, while we here to make our show interesting for next week after our state championship. Let's do Hank Tierney coaching tree
There you go.
because I know he has a nice coaching tree of coaches that then coach around the state of Louisiana that then did good and won some championships. So he's not going to take that game lightly himself.
Mhm.
Let's go to Big Rustin. Back in the title game for the fourth straight year. Rustin has been in the state title game a total of 14 times.
A lot.
They search for title number 10 next Saturday. Rustin, coached by Coach Jarrett Ball, he's got him back in for the fourth straight year, JB.
He sure does. And what a job he and his coaching staff has done. Zachary came to play. Zachary was leading, and Rustin able to get a late touchdown to win the game and then get a stop on them, and they're able to drive down the field and get some first downs, run the clock out, and nail it out. That senior class has lost to Rustin 4 times.
Yep.
Each time in the playoffs, twice in the semis, one in the second round, once in the state championship game.
Correct.
So they pretty much have been dominant over Zachary. And I think it's a big time win for Rustin. And we all know how Rustin looked in that Superdome last year. We know that. And trust me, they have not forgotten about that.
Mhm.
And they're going to come ready, looking to avenge the loss and how they looked in that dome last year. Rustin's real deal. It's one of the best teams in the state. They're a powerhouse. You know, you're not going to win every title, but to be in the dome 4 straight years, it says a lot about your program.
Yeah, Big Russell's got it going on, don't they? And that's a credit to again what Jared Ball has been able to do here. And so for them to get down here once again, that says a lot in this case here. I mean, you have to look at obviously with their quarterback play. You also have to look at what Ahmad Hudson has continued to do as well. Amazing athlete on not only on the basketball court, but also on the football field. 6'7", 230 pounds, and can run like a gazelle. I mean, that's just amazing what he's able to do. But also their tough nose defense as well. And so, I mean, this Ruston team. Obviously, there were a couple of hiccups during the season, especially when they played against Stephenville in week 5, when they played against Ash in week 8. But they really quieted the doubters in that case, and to get themselves right back here at this point. And again, just going to be a tough team there. Especially they've seen everything, they faced against everything, and again, they're ready for this moment once again.
Ooh, man. I done saw Rustin so many times up close and personal, man. But this probably one of the better Ruston teams that I saw in a very long time. And they got it on their mind. But one thing for certain, two things for sure, they're going to be prepared coming up for the state championship game because of the debacle last year that happened in the Superdome. Nobody saw it coming. It's like you could have made adjustments, but you could have not prepared for what Central gave to Ruston last year. And that goes through a coach's mind. When people leave the Superdome, JB, we might have a 10-minute, 15-minute ride home, but they got hours to think about what happened that night and what happened to my kids.
Yeah.
And if you're a coach, you're a creature by habit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more than sure that Coach Jarrett is a creature by habit, and he's going to change some of the things that he did last year to come up into this game. And it's going to be a very interesting contest. I can't wait to see it Saturday.
I'm gonna say this because we know they had a pep rally at 7 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning. They got on the bus at 8 o'clock. The game started for 3:30, and everybody was like, "Why they did that?" I promise you, they're the first game Saturday at noon. I promise you, they'll be in a hotel Friday night.
It's gonna be a rematch in the Dome. A game that was decided 21-14 in the regular season between Ruston and Ouachita Parish. Let's talk about Ouachita Parish. They will make their fourth trip to the Dome. They are searching for their first title since 1994. Also, the last time they played for a state championship.
Who they
What
beat?
a
Who they
job.
beat?
Shit. You think I was born?
They beat Harvard, didn't they?
I was born in 94.
No, it wasn't Washington. It wasn't Washington to beat Hornville. That was Neville. That was
No, I know.
Neville.
I'm just being
Oh,
funny.
this dude here.
I'm the young one of the bunch on this panel.
Yeah, we beat Washington. We really did. But saying that to say this, you were right.
And what a job Coach Benji Lewis has done to get his team in position from fifth in the district to playing for a state title. Your thoughts on Ouachita Parish? First trip since 94. There's going to be some excited people coming
It's gonna be a
from North Louisiana.
whole bunch of excited people coming down. And I said it earlier in when they played their district games and were losing by like one possession. I said when Washington figures out how to win close ball games and how to finish it out, they will become a very dangerous team. And guess what? They figured it out at the right time. Went to Destrehan 21-19. The team they played a week later, I can't remember who it is. Parkway, correct, 28-22. And then now you beat Neville 14-7. They figured out how to win games, tight games. They figured it out. So it's not surprising once they figure this out. So they are here now, knowing how to win games. This gonna be another close one against Ruston. And with a team that knows how to win now, who's figured it out, it makes them very, very dangerous moving forward.
21-14, Ruston Ouachita Parish in the regular season. We get in the state title, Lamar.
You hit the nail right on the head, JB, on that one. And like I said, I've seen this Ouachita team play. And, you know, if they would have had some things go their way against Ash in that case, like not having the interception there, they probably could have came away with a win in that game against Ash. They really took it to them in that game at that point. And so they've been in every single district game that they were playing in. Played against Ruston, played against Neville, played against Ash, played against West Monroe. Unfortunately, lost those games by very close margins. Took it all out against Pineville in week 10. And I think that was the kind of the thing that kind of got them clicking there. Montreal Connor, great player, can really beat you with his arm and legs. You also got MJ Dade, good running back for them as well. And I think Rydette Clark is their wide receiver, a very solid wide receiver that they have. But not just only that, but they have a good defense as well. And as you say, they're a dangerous team. they got confidence now going forward in this case here, because a lot of people probably thought, oh man, they might have been just a year away, a year away. This is probably going to be their time to learn and everything. But right now, I mean, shoot, they're probably looking at it like, hey, next year is now. Let's
Yep.
do this. Let's do this right now. Let's get this. Let's get a championship and let's get some revenge against Ruston that beat us earlier in the season here. So they had some good wins. Like I said, those tough losses in the district play, but they're battle tested, and that's what's going to make them. I don't think they're going to be scared of this moment at all.
Embrace it.
JB, you can remember there was me and JB inside joke. I was telling JB that Ouachita was the terror bone of our district early in the year, and I mean, I could eat that humble pie. And if you go listen to my Coach Benji Lewis interview after Destrehan, he ate the humble pie because he was humble in his team endeavors. He praised his team. This guy just didn't start coaching. This guy been coaching a very long time, and he understands his assignment. And I think his team is prime in all the right spots to hoist that trophy up on Saturday evening. And what a game. They got so much irony in this game that if you're not a fan of high school football and you don't show up in a dome, you're gonna be missing a treat.
Let's go to the defending state champs. We go to Edna Carr, coming off of a state championship of a year ago. Coach Bryce Brown has the Cougars looking for their 8th state title in school history. It's going to be their 15th trip to the state title game. Talk to me about Edna Carr going into Saturday evening.
It's the standard. It's their standard. Their standard is to be playing for a state championship every year. And that's basically what it is. So this is nothing new to them. Baton Rouge Catholic always gives them a tough time. Always. It's always tight. And Coach Bryce Brown said it at the end of the game against Evangel. They asked him about playing Catholic. He said, well, I can tell you one thing. The score tonight ain't going to be what it's going to be next week. And there you have it, 17-10. It's just finding ways to win and having Catholic commit 4 turnovers, which is very, very unheard of for a Catholic team. That can do anybody in right there. And Edna Carr was able to make that happen and make enough plays in the first half because nobody scored in the second half. So they made enough plays in the first half to hold that lead, credit that defense, like I said, making Catholic commit turnovers. And this is nothing new to Edna Carr. This is expected every year to be playing for the state championship inside the Superdome.
Man, what can be said about Edna Carr? What hasn't been said about Edna Carr all season long? Definitely one of the top teams in the state, one of the top teams in the nation. 13 signees, like that. That's
15.
just
15.
insane.
15.
15 signees. That's just insane. That is just insane. But they're the standard. And they have been one of those programs that, if you thought that they were strong last year, they're strong this year. And I mean, you also have a national opponent that you beat this season as well. And not just only this, but they've also got a chance to play under the dome this year earlier. So those kids, they already know what to expect here. And this is just one of those. This is a great team, just a great team, and possibly if they can seal the deal here, they might be one of the top teams. This particular team right here, one of the top teams ever in Louisiana, and that's just saying a lot there. So they have a chance of really doing something very special coming forward on Saturday.
They're already saying the team last year is the greatest team ever, and this team here is knocking at the door to be better than that team, like Lamar said.
Can make it 27 in a row for next Saturday.
Jordan, since you told me you're born in 94, I'm going to make you laugh. In 1994, who's the best quarterback in the state of Louisiana?
No idea.
Patrick Surtain. Edna
Okay.
Carr. Over Peyton Manning.
And you know, if I would have paid attention to whenever JB and them interviewed him, I'd probably know this.
Yeah, no,
For
because
Lakers month.
that's when Edna Carr really started rising. And kudos to Coach Jabbar Jalou. Algiers was my summer vacation spot. I lived in a project. I'm gonna just keep it real, and my destination for my summer vacation was out there in Algiers, America. So saying that to say this, I understand the culture of what Coach Brown instilling on these young men at that school. And man, the schooling came so far. And I know Coach Randall and a bunch of those guys that's over there at Nicole, man, they're doing a tremendous job. See, we see championships, but we see life skills. We should see life skills also that they're imploring into some of these young men, man. And kudos. A championship lasts for 1 hour. Y'all probably never remember that. When we done, we did the interviews, championship is over. You know, they get the glasses, they pop, they take the picture of the trophy, and the hour is over. And some of those kids got to go back to some of those conditions that they was living in, man. And Coach Brown, he empowers a lot of those young kids, man, in that area. And the towers are gone. JB know what the towers, the Fisher Towers.
Yeah.
The towers are gone, man. And since the towers been gone, bro, it look like Edna Carr has risen as being a prominent football identity in the state of Louisiana.
Let's go to their opponent, Coach Robert Valdez. Year 2 at St. Aug has his team go and play for a state title for the first time since 1979. Who better to start with than the crew that had the call this past Friday night? St. Aug shattered. What he said, shattered the
He
glass
said the
ceiling.
glass ceiling has broken. That's what he
There
said.
you go. Love it.
Jordan, I watch
Glass
y'all till 1 o'clock. I watch y'all till 1 o'clock.
Man,
The
that
glass ceiling has broken. We start with one of the crew members that was there to see St. Aug punch their ticket for the first time since 1979.
what a sight that was to see. What a sight that was to see the people coming out the bleachers to celebrate on the field with St. Augustine. That was just a sight to see. There's some people that hit me up and said they should have done that. I said, man, stop it. Stop it. This is 46 years in the making. 46 years. Stop it. I hope Gina fans ran on the football field when they won. It's their first time going. I saw Iowa fans on the field when they won. Jordy was walking around with his cameraman on the field, and he see all the fans on the field. So don't say nothing about saying they were wrong for doing that. No, they were right to do that. It was a great sight to see St. Augustine celebrating it. 46 years? That's longer than I've been alive. I'm gonna say this. Man. You gotta credit Coach Valdez and his staff. We knew Coach Valdez was a great coach for what he has done at West St. John, St. James, and now St. Augustine. He is the third coach in this state to bring three different schools into the Prep Classic to play for a state championship. He is the third coach to do that. Last year was the first two. Coach Semino at Central and Coach Nick Sutherland from IGO at Franklin. So now this year we get Coach Valdez. I mean, it's unbelievable what he has done and how he changed the culture around, got these kids believing, and they're playing tough as nails. And to come back with 39 seconds left on the clock and to get a game-winning touchdown with 4 seconds left, those kids believed the entire time that they could still win that game. And that's credit to the coaching staff instilling great life skills and showing them how, and showing them how you have to persevere in life, how you're gonna face adversity and how will you overcome adversity. You gotta and just seeing that celebration, man, it was just great to see. Y'all heard VK Jones, but y'all didn't see VK in the press box. That dude was pacing back and forth, pumping fists left and right, nonstop, man, nonstop. I mean, I'm just saying because he called the game down the middle. He called it down the middle. Let's keep it real. He did, but in the press
Excellent
box,
job, Joe. Excellent job.
yeah, in the press box, he was showing some emotion. He didn't cry, y'all. He didn't cry. Let's get that away. But he was showing emotion because that is his alma mater, and I understand it. It was a great sight to see, man. And I even let VK stay on the field late because I wanted him to experience that. That's his school, man. I said, go back down there, man. Go. He said, you sure, man? We can go. I said, man, go ahead. He said, all right. So he went back down there, talked to more people, and he deserved that. And St. Augustine definitely deserved that.
Hell, I didn't leave Hollywood till 1 a.m.
I know you did.
Look, I'm pretty sure there were some Gina fans that probably didn't leave the field until about 2 a.m. as well. So I know how that feels. But man, look, first off, an award-winning call by VK Jones. An award-winning call.
Definitely.
I called him too at 1 o'clock.
Kudos to my guy. Kudos to my guy for doing that. And I know that was a lot of passion in that too. But yeah, for St. Aug, man, a lot of people thought that this would be the team that could do something this year, and they done it. And so they had to go through that gauntlet. Obviously, you had the fate of that is the Catholic League. You did have that blip on the radar that was obviously Edna Carr, but to beat John Curtis not once but twice, that definitely says a lot there. And they deserve this moment. They deserve to celebrate here at this point here. I know that they're not just excited by getting to the dome here, but doing this for the first time since 1979, an amazing factor. I mean, they've had some great players. Obviously, you had Leonard Fournette there. A lot of people thought that was going to be a team that was going to get down to the dome. Unfortunately, that didn't happen this time. But you have a great team and a great head coach and Coach Valdez that really wanted to put this team back on the map, and he's definitely done that so far in year 2.
Let me say this before Nick goes. And if y'all go back and look at the celebration, you're gonna see a guy in a wheelchair being pushed onto the field, and that was star wide receiver Raekwon Williams for St. Augustine. He tore his ACL against Curtis in Week 10, and you could see his smile from where he was, and that's pretty far. You could see his smile. His smile was as big as from Earth to Jupiter. That's how big his smile was to see that, even though he not going to be able to play in this game, but he's so happy for his school and his team to be able to go play for that state championship.
Yeah, Coach Bell, if you're watching, don't text my phone. But congratulations. I didn't text your phone because I know it was blowing up. Congratulations to Coach Valdez. He was 2019 Network Prep Coach of the Year. In 2019, he brought the St. James Wildcats to that same Superdome. Him and Teddy Bridgewater did a dance when they won the game. So saying that to say this, Coach Val has been a winner. And you look at his life story, he's a winner. And so he bought this team with a lot of expectations. And JB, I know these guys don't know how significant this is to this area. They're not playing for second place. They're not coming for second place. Their band is the Marching 100. They do not care about anything else but winning. They got Marlon Watts, who is the CEO of World Vision Apparel, that just signed a major deal with the New Orleans Saints.
Yep.
He was one of those guys with Stanley Morgan on that St. Aug team. And Leonard Fournette was one of my buddies, you know what I'm saying, before he got playoff Lenny. So saying that to say this, those guys, Stan Verrett, moved back to Louisiana, St. Aug alumni, the Honey Badge is still here.
Yep.
They're going to come out in 100,000. You think they got the Marching 100? They got the marching 100,000. BK said it best at on your show, Jordy. Planes, trains, and automobiles, they will be here. All the Purple Knights will be here. Old Jackets, 1978, Coach 79, Coach Walsh. I don't know y'all know who Coach Walsh is.
Yeah, Coach Washington. Yeah.
Yeah, Coach Washington, man. Look, he was one of those young guys started early, like a JT, to have St. Aug to their pinnacle, and they haven't been there in a very long time. So they got something to hang their hat on this Saturday night at 3 o'clock, and I'm excited to see it.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir. Congratulations to all 16 teams that will play for a state championship next week, whether it's on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Only 8 will hoist the trophy at the end of it. And we will, I'm not sure about all 4 of us, but I know I'll be there for every game next week. What's y'all plans?
Hopefully, I get approved. We'll see.
Guess what? I've been approved tonight.
Oh, that boy been approved. Oh, snap.
Look, I was
Yeah.
approved tonight. Look, I was like, instant diarrhea. Look, look, I apologize. JB is the only guy that know why I say I got instant diarrhea, because the guy that used to do it, I had no problem. But we understand the regulations; they got tight, and we get it. And I mean, I don't want to eat no snacks. I don't want to go up in the Raptors. I don't want to do none of that. I just want to cover some good high school football. We did this in the past for so many years, and I get it. I understand regulations. They got so many people we got to cater to. Yes, I will be that Thursday, Friday, and I'll try to be that Saturday at 3 o'clock to at least 8 o'clock. Then I got a prior engagement that I got to be involved with. So I'm excited, just like everybody else. Normally we'll do our little ritual, then go and meet somewhere and take pictures. But I'm excited, fellas.
There you
What
go.
about you, Lamar? What's your game plan? Is it just to see the Gina game, or you're hanging out with us all weekend?
I'm trying to hang out with everybody all weekend long, so I'm gonna be just excited about it. I know for sure I'm covering the Gina game, and for another organization, I'll also be covering the Ruston Washita game as well. So just got to prove to that as well. So I'm excited for it. I can't wait. It's a great time, and it's something that we always live for about this, because I know when I first covered the Prep Classic, it didn't hit me like how all these other LSHA events. I mean, I love basketball, I love
Love
softball,
it.
I love
Girls.
baseball, but man, when the national anthem came through, I was almost crying that first time when it was, because it's like, man, I'm here, and this is what we all live for. So yeah, absolutely.
And JB, all
Yep.
8 games?
The plan is to be all 3, brother. All 3. All not all 3 games. All 3 days. All 8 games. Yes.
Okay.
Wait,
This
word to advice: don't bother JB when he's videoing.
I'm good. Just
I watched JB. I watched JB go from one side of the field to the other side of the field. That
That's what I
man been
mean.
moving.
He'll
Don't get
lose
in
you
his way.
quick. Now, fellas, for the fans, will we do a show on the Superdome floor?
uh
Too busy?
it's too busy. It's too busy. I mean, I know the news station gonna do their little um recap thing right quick. You know,
Me and Gary always do a recap after each game.
true. I'll be in the press box asking questions.
Yeah.
But
I don't like the press box. I get the numbers and I
not the
go
press
down to the
box. I mean,
floor.
not the press box. The post game press
The
conference. That's what I meant.
yeah,
Press
Yeah.
conference.
yeah.
Yeah. So
So this is starting to become a traditional thing for myself and Gary. Not everybody has joined us, but me and Gary every year since 2013 we have been to either the Dome, Tulane, or Natchitoches. So this will be every year since 2013, but this will be the second year in a row we've been approved to work for as media. So excited for another opportunity to go represent Under the Lights next week to see a great games. We'll be there all 3 days. It's like our little holiday.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I understand it. That's what
Look,
me and my
NFL
parents
draft.
did for years.
Yeah, NFL draft, fantasy football, high school football. That's a love of men for a lifetime. And some wives and some women understand that go do you for that day, that period of time, you know?
We may be able to all four get together maybe on Friday or probably be the easiest thing and
I'll
do
be there Friday covering St.
Yeah.
Charles also.
we maybe all be able to get together Friday and do a little pop-up 3 to 5 minute deal.
Yeah, we can do
Oh,
that.
yeah,
That's easy.
Sounds good.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
All right, let's move along with the show. Like I said, congratulations to the 16. Some of them are back from a year ago. Some of them are back from the 70s, and even you get where I'm going. So excited to see new blood in the dome. Some of them are going for the first time. All right, JB,
Yes, sir.
give me a player or players you're excited to see next week.
Player or players I'm excited to
That you
see.
might have not been able to see in person this year.
All right, I'm thinking of all the games right quick. I'm thinking.
I'm gonna go first while y'all three think. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I'm excited to see the running back for Ascension Catholic and the tight end for Ruston.
Okay, okay. Um, I'm still thinking. You want to go, Lamar? I'm still thinking.
I'm excited, and well, I'll go ahead and say it for at least the area. I'm excited to see what Cedric Wilson and also Daniel Hatcher do for Sinlaw here on this big stage as well. I think just overall, I'm excited for Haven. I'm excited to see him play. I'm excited to see if Delafield can also get it done as well. So I think those would be the two guys for me.
Two guys you haven't seen this year, Haven and Delafield.
Yes.
Okay. Nick.
Man, I'm excited for Luke Delafield and Coach Dennis Dunn because I was in their press conference, their presser, and when they lost to Riverside, and it was like second coming of a funeral, because so many things happened within probably a 10 play span. You get what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that team was really primed to really hoist that trophy. So you reenact 3 years later, now you got that opportunity to atone what you did when you were younger, and I mean, coaches believe in wisdom boxes, and that might sound crazy to y'all, but when coaches coach, they have wisdom boxes. They put in their wisdom box what they wouldn't do again. And when you get to this moment and you play this game, it's not what you're going to do again. It's about that moment. And Coach Jenkins shared that in that night for Lutcher. He said, look, we had that opportunity, and once big man intercept that third interception that could have got him the player of the game, he said, you got to live for that moment. And so coach is going to put that in that box and live for that moment. So that's why I'm looking for Coach Dennis Dunn and Luke Delafield to atone what they did against Lutcher.
All right. I
JB.
was, I was trying to think of somebody I hadn't seen, and I got it. And I said his name earlier, Mr. Obique from Riverside, the running back. That's who I'm excited to see.
Edwin James Jr. Y'all know who Edwin James is. Edwin James Jr.
Yeah,
Watch
yeah.
when you see him. You just
Okay,
like, holy crap.
All right.
definitely.
So we got who we're excited to see next week out of the way because we've seen a lot of great football this year.
Yeah.
And that's some new teams we're going to get a first chance to get our eyes on.
Yep.
Which team that it's been a while or have never been that you're the most excited to see next week, JB?
No, St. Augustine.
Okay.
St. Augustine.
Lamar.
Gina, of course.
Nick. They've been there a couple years ago.
Yeah, but they got to atone for what happened last year.
Yeah, but that's not the question.
like
What was
long
the
time,
question? What
long
was the
time.
question?
Which
Oh,
team
a
which
long
team that is
time.
which team that has been a while or never been that you're most excited to see for the first time?
I could say for a long time it would probably be Wichita.
Orchard Parish?
Yeah, it'll be Wichita because man, that gauntlet of a district that they run, and I told y'all last week, but my supervisor used to say Wichita, Ruston, and Neville. That was the gauntlet. And for them to be able to play Ruston against one of their formidable foes, it's gonna be quite impressive for Coach Benji Lewis and the big man, the big defensive tackle. Oh my gosh, this dude, this is one hand, both of my hands together, number 48.
The Texas commit?
No, he decommitted. He decommitted. He told me he decommitted from Texas because he went on a visit to LSU and they never returned his call. So he's open still and he's hoping he signed with LSU.
Mm,
Okay. And it's Iowa for me, guys.
there
I
you
can't wait
go.
to see Exit 43 there next week. All
Exit
right.
43 shirt.
I'll let y'all correct me if I'm wrong here.
Okay.
2 controversy calls in the semifinals. Are you a fan of replay in the state title games?
I know VK not. Excuse me.
All I know of is 2 controversy calls. One of
Uh,
them in the Neville game,
yeah,
one of them in the Iowa game.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if there's any more controversy in those other games, but are you a fan of replaying the title games to maybe, I wouldn't say correct what would happen in the semis, but be able to get things right in those
Uh,
games?
I mean, I don't mind it, and I wouldn't mind it if we didn't have it. To be honest with you, so that's where I'm at with it. I mean, of course, you want to get it right, but sometimes it's let the human element play out. Sometimes that's just me. So I don't mind both of them. I can't give you a straight answer on that. I know VK was very upset because that's how he lost the picks to me last year in the playoffs due to the Franklinton fumble against Cecilia, which Cecilia was able to nail the clock out. But I mean,
It doesn't mean they would have scored anyway.
correct. That is correct. You are right. Yes, sir. But they were driving. But yeah, look, it wouldn't matter to me. I'm just being honest with you. If it don't matter to me.
Okay, Lamar.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me at all, but I think it does make it look special if you do have it that situation where they can do replay um, at the title games there. So it kind of gives everybody a little something to work for. Obviously, you do want to have that human element in there, but also I feel like that you do want to have make sure that the calls are right in that situation there. So it doesn't matter to me, but hey, it makes it special to have it here in the Superdome because obviously this is a very special time here. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be on the circuit breakers trip. It matters to me. It really does because uh when you look at the human element side of it, St. Charles Catholic had a very interesting call this weekend. It was that U High went for it on a 4th and 1, and it's common mathematics. You got a big quarterback, he lean, you get certain such. But high school football is a purest form of amateur athletics, and we don't need no camera. We need to respect the adults that's making the decision because, for example, St. Charles officials was not from Laplace. They was not from the Southern District. So just believe in what they're saying and trust their judgment. Let the players play the game the way it should be. And if we continuously put doubt in some of these kids, we'll say we'll glorify a second place champion. That's just my opinion, you know.
Let me say this to Devin and Kenny because I just not disrespect. I'm sorry, disagree with y'all on that Neville catch. When you got the ball in your hands and you take 3 steps, that's a catch and a touchdown. I know Kenny. You said you asked the one of the officials there that ref that game. He got to have his officials back. He got to. He can't go back and be saying, "Yeah, that official was wrong." He cannot do that.
Exactly.
He got to have his back. That is
They
a catch.
leaving out together. They leaving out together.
That's correct. Yeah, that was a catch. Catch in 3 steps. That is a touchdown. I'm sorry.
All right. I just thought it was when it gets to that point of the state championships, you know every moment is crucial. So, and we
Leave
saw
it manual. Leave it manual.
we, we saw 2 calls this past week that who really could have went either way in dictating in football games. But they got the equipment, so use it.
It is what it is.
And I think they had 16 crews that had the equipment in the semifinals, so use it there too.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. I got you. Yeah.
Let's go season long or district long. You right?
I got you.
I think the only way you can get away with it is the playoffs, because not everybody streams in the regular season.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
that will never happen, right, JB? They won't just come up to the press box and say, "Hash it out, show. Let me go look at your replay."
Nah, that never happened.
What Peppers to say? Hold up, wait a minute. I gotta rewind it.
There you go. Just messing around here, having a little fun. But we will see. I've seen, like we saw last year, a game come down to a replay. So we're almost certain that something big is going to happen this next in those 3 days where replay will decide something.
Lord, please don't let it be in the south end zone for the River Parish teams, because a lot of things that happen in the south end zone for the River teams.
Let's see. Last year, Friday, we had 3 games that were decided by 3 points, correct?
I think so.
Which day, in your opinion, will steal the show this upcoming week? Friday of last year was the day that stole the show.
I'm looking right quick. Might be Saturday. Saturday might steal the show. Tell you what, scratch that.
Friday night.
Give me Thursday. Give me
Friday
Thursday.
night.
Give me Thursday. I think Thursday gonna be the day where every game is probably close.
So Division 4 non-select, Division 4 select, and Division 3 select.
Yes. Give me Thursday.
Lamar?
Friday's got some very good games. I think that might be the day that might steal the show, honestly.
Friday night.
You know, that Gina Sterlingson game is a really good one. That North DeSoto Iowa game has the potential of burning the house down. And then of course, you know, the main event between Shaw and St. Charles, I think that's also going to be a pretty solid one. So give me Friday.
14-0.
Oh, yeah, all right. We'll see about that.
Look, Johnny, look, I'm gonna beat you up on this one. I'm surprised that you didn't talk about these basketball scores that was played around the state this weekend.
It's coming up.
We had 3 90-point games.
Well, I did say on my show Wednesday night that somebody would lose by 42.
Ooh. Oh Lord!
It's Saturday for me, guys.
Okay, cool.
It's the district rematch between both schools.
All 4.
Yeah, but I mean both games, the district rematches, the Catholic League and the Monroe District. I think that's going to steal the show, because Saturday last year was such a I don't know. I guess we're all hungover from bourbon on Friday night.
Think about this. It's going to be a very exciting time, especially for people that come in to see the bands. I made a mistake when Easton went to their second time and sit by the band, and I was like, oh my gosh. I had to move real quickly. You know what I'm saying? So saying that to say this, man, look, any lover of football, of high school football. I'm a firm believer that the state of Louisiana, I got friends in Texas, I got friends in Florida. I'm trying to get Uncle Luke to come on the show, on my show, to talk about Miami Edison football in Florida, and really let people know how the South really have really good football. I'm trying to get Cam Newton to talk about the Georgia area that has really good high school football. And when you talk about those areas, Louisiana stack up with Florida, Texas, and Georgia to be some of the best high school competition around the country. Next to Ohio.
Listen to the question, okay? Mangum will make their first trip since 2015. Ascension Catholic 2018. Gina, first time. North Dakota, first time since 2022. Iowa, first trip ever. Washita Parish, 1994. St. Aug, 1979. Is this the year, with so much new blood in the dome, that the attendance record gets shattered?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Depends on the last game Saturday afternoon. That's what it depends on. It depends on that game. And I told this to VK earlier. I said if they can get, I'm looking for 50,000 people to be in the dome for that game. I really am. Nick saying they ain't gonna happen. They ain't gonna happen. I get it, Nick. But if all of New Orleans show up, it's possible. But I think if you get a good 25,000 just for that game, yeah, that record is in jeopardy big time. I really do. I think Edna Carr and St. Augustine will have the biggest fan bases of the whole Prep Classic. A lot of St. Augustine alums are coming from all over the nation for this game. They are showing up. I just want that dome. I want to see the third level open up again. I hadn't seen the third level open up since Acadiana.
Since Hornby High. Since Hornby High. Since Hornby High and West Monroe. Since Hornby High and West Monroe. Say it.
When Hornby and West Monroe played for a state title?
In the 90s.
No.
In the 90s.
No, they didn't.
Yes.
They never played West Monroe for no state title. They played Evangel.
Yes.
They played Evangel. They played West Monroe.
In the 90s, yes. It was either Washington. We'll fact check it.
They lost to Neville. They beat Washington. They never played West Monroe.
Well, yeah, Washington. We beat Evangel. I talked to Jacob Esther this weekend.
Yeah. Well, I'm going after that. Acadiana Barb. They opened the third level.
But they travel well, JB. Listen. Think about it. JB, the sports guy, and Under the Lights, they stream really well. So folks want to watch it. They like y'all commentary, man. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, when you think about it, when you think about the matchups, I saw Lee Dottie and his guys that followed me. They was making plans Thursday night for New Orleans. So the team that travels really well, and the association understands the ticket pricing. But when you get two homegrown teams like St. Aug and Carr, they're gonna utmost the most, meaning they're gonna have the 30,000. Period. They're gonna have their 30,000, but it's the onlookers that's not there that we need to see to come see the game. The outsiders, the Bell Chasers, the Shaws, the stay in the game, and the River Parish people. They love, man. Look, they got guys they are enamored with come and see state championship football. And when I was a fan, I'm still a fan. In 2008 to 2012, I spent a whole weekend in the dome. Really, I spent a whole weekend in the dome. Everybody's not like that because once this high school football over, it's over. People be texting JB, they be texting Jordy, hey man, when y'all gonna do a show about high school football? It's over. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get fans to come and just pour out for those big games. But North Louisiana's ascending, North DeSoto is ascending. If they can't ascend with 15,000, to bring those numbers up, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this.
North Dakota is coming deep.
Yeah, but let me say this.
Ruston's coming deep.
Regards to these two New Orleans schools playing the last game on a Saturday when no one's working. They are off. There is a St. Augustine booster who has committed to paying for all of the students to show up and even other relatives to
Man,
show
I'm going to call Avery Johnson. No, Avery, you can't do that, Avery Johnson. That's Avery Johnson.
I got that word today. So if he's doing that, man, I'm telling you, come on, New Orleans, come on. And for everybody that comes, talk about these teenagers, them high schoolers from Edna Carr and St. Augustine, what I want y'all to do is not hang out in the lobby. I want y'all sitting down and watching the game and cheering for your
DJ Jubilee at halftime.
Saturday will be deep. Okay. Saturday will have a lot of people that will be there. Friday will have a lot of people there. Also, Gina, Iowa, making their first ever trips there. They're bringing everybody. North DeSoto, they come deep. And then you look at who else I have here? Let's see. And then
Washington.
Washington's gonna play on Saturday. Though I'm trying to look at the Friday game real quick. Let's see who's closing it out.
Shaw and St. Charles Catholic.
Yeah.
Oh, not yeah. Shaw and St. Charles Catholic.
Friday.
Yeah, Shaw was deep last year. St. Charles is always deep. So Friday's gonna have a lot of people.
Shaw can be deep.
We excited for the numbers. I'm looking for an astronomical number. I'm just being real.
Yep.
Yeah. Friday's gonna have a lot of people. Saturday's gonna have a shit ton of people. Thursday, I'm looking at this and it may be overshadowed, but don't you dare think those communities ain't coming.
Correct. Oh yeah.
I have a feeling. Party.
Lamar?
I have a feeling that Gina, last person that leaves, turn the lights out because definitely for sure they're ready. They're ready to come down there. They travel for their district games, especially against Bunkie when that time that they play Bunkie. They traveled in mass there. They're gonna travel down to the Dome this time around. I know for sure.
Yeah, that's what Coach told me in the interview also for Iowa. He said last one, turn the lights off. So no one's working Friday. And everyone's off for work Saturday. So it's going to work out.
I took my time off.
How you say that? I put in for vacation at the over there whenever it was baseball season.
Yep.
So didn't matter who was going to make it. We were going to be there. All right. Which coach you looking forward to seeing the most this upcoming weekend? You always cover the New Orleans area, so give me somebody outside that you're looking forward to seeing.
I'm looking to see. I'm gonna just go on credit and say it. I'm looking to see humble Coach Benji Lewis, man. And I met Coach Benji was with Neville, right?
Yep.
In the past, and guys tend to forget how important it is to represent a school, man. I'm looking to see Coach Benji Lewis complete the deal with Ouachita Parish, man. And I don't normally send outsiders interviews on my prep report, but I did his because he was humble in his spirit. And he meant well because he said, kudos to Coach Marcus Scott. I watched your team. And he did a lot of due diligence. And amateur football is all about due diligence. It's about the players that's involved. We got to keep in mind, there are 14 to 17-year-old kids that make mistakes, that fail algebra tests, that coaches could hold out if they want to. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Depend on the standard. So I'm excited to see him be in this game that he could probably punch his ticket and get immortalized as a state championship of Louisiana coach.
And that
Um,
other team I forgot about on Friday. All of Sterlington's going to be there also.
yep, sure will. I accidentally had my mic on mute. You know, got a little sickness right now. But anyway, moving on.
That means you're not going next weekend.
She. I'm gonna be better by tomorrow. I promise you. But anyway, um,
Honey and Jack Daniels.
yeah, I got some Crown Apple all over there. But anyway, um, the guy that says when I'm back in Lake Charles, hit him up, and we gonna meet at Crave Cookies. Coach Tommy John's our way. That's the one.
Okay.
Man, you just want them cookies.
There you go, man.
I was in the middle of the huddle whenever they broke it this past week
Uh-huh.
after
Tell
they
him bring
prayed.
some cookies to the Superdome.
After they prayed, Nick, one of the players yelled out and said, "Coach, we expected them cookies Saturday."
Wait, pause. Let me say like Nas and them said, Paul, St. Charles Catholic do donuts on Saturday mornings. That's crazy, right?
You go. Everybody went.
No, not Lamar.
I haven't yet.
Lamar?
I have a lot, but I'll go ahead and say I think the one I'm interested the most is probably Dennis Dunn, seeing if he can do it once again. So I think that's definitely one there.
Cool.
Okay. And did I go yet?
Yeah, you said you did go. Who did he say? My goodness.
I don't think I went.
No, you went first.
No, you didn't go yet. You didn't go yet. Come
Go
on,
ahead.
Jordan, spill
Go
it.
ahead. Go ahead, Jordy.
Spill it.
And what was the question? Most looking forward to seeing
Coach.
in
Yeah.
the dome.
Look, he made his
I-
reservation 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Owie.
I mean, I could take the easy way out here, but I guess I'm gonna go with Coach Valdez.
Cool.
I'm gonna go with St. Aug.
My phone didn't get text yet.
Some of these semifinal matchups, guys. We start with Division 4 non-select. Your scores here. These two weren't close. Haynesville routes Generate 47-6. Mangum takes down the defending state champs 49-14. Your thoughts on those two matchups?
Haynesville and Mangum have more Haynesville more playoff experience than Generate. They've been to the semifinals before. Generate's first time being there, the learning experience. We'll see how it goes moving forward. Mangum just the offensive explosion that they've had all season. Just a very, very good team. Got the revenge on South Plaquemines.
Nick?
Coach Feet, we love you, man.
Oh, he knows.
But the Dragons had other alternative motives. And it's like watching your sister go to prom and you stay home. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the Mangum Dragons, they watched for a while. Their route was not the same. They polished West St. John 2 times, get to the semifinals and couldn't punch their ticket, but they actually punch. So that shares a lot with us, and we got to realize that. Even looking at a team like Iota, this team means business, meaning the Mangum Dragons. So I'm going to look at that with my bifocals on this weekend to see how Mangum play out their state championship quest. I'm just going to be real.
Lamar, can you hear us?
He like
All
me,
right.
he probably want to use the bathroom.
All right, so no Lamar here. So let's talk about this one. 2 routes in the semis. That sets up a 1 versus 2 state championship game next Thursday. It will kick off the Prep Classic. It will be Haynesville. It will be Mangum. Coach David Franklin versus Coach Scott Wilcher. This one will
Lamar's
be
back.
noon kickoff. Haynesville, Mangum. Titles going back to North Louisiana. Your early thoughts of 1 versus 2, JB?
The right game to kick off the Prep Classic. This game right here.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the right
Exactly.
game. And I think we in for a 4-quarter war. That's my thoughts, period. Good Haynesville team and the good Mangum team. Yeah, I'm gonna be all in for this one. This is a four-quarter war.
It's crazy to think Mangum hasn't been there since 15,
Yeah.
but I know they're excited to get back. Coach Wilcher, whatever you want to say it is, that was a cool moment when he embraced with his son that's on the team
Yep.
at the end of it. Lamar, your early thoughts here, Haynesville, Mangum, to kick off the
Yeah.
Prep Classic.
Good appetizer game for sure. Like you said, you got Haynesville, a team with a lot of tradition. You got Mangum, a team with also with a lot of tradition. It's a good game to kind of get everybody started off with this one. Two small towns that really are passionate about their football, and so I'm excited to see that one for sure. So I think that's a good game to start things off with.
Nick?
I think I can remember in 2002, JB told me I was looking for him at the dome, and he said, "What you eat?" I said, "Man, I ain't eaten nothing yet." He said, "You should have ate your breakfast." So I think this time I'm coming prepared with my breakfast in hand. I'm gonna eat my breakfast before the game and get prepared to watch these games because uh, we don't have lunch breaks. You get what I'm saying? So we gotta honestly take care of ourselves on those sidelines and watching Mangum. Y'all know I'm a Mangum proponent right now, and I mean, I really want to see those guys punch the ticket, but Coach Franklin might have other ideas. So we are priming ourselves up for a classic prep high school football game, man. And look, outside of us guys, we never hang out outside of the show, but we all love the same thing. We love high school football. If you turn on a show in Florida tonight or Texas tonight, guess what they're talking about? High school football. And I'm excited for next week to get this done because Christmas is here. We're going to get Christmas 2 times.
There you go. Haynesville searches for state title number 18. Mangum searches for that second title for the first time since 1956. Something's got to give. Noon.
I'm rolling with the Dragons. Give me my Dragon shirt. I'll be in that purple.
Something's got to give next Thursday at noon when boot meets ball. We can't wait to see Haynesville, Mangum, first of 8 state championship games. We roll right along into our Division 4 select bracket. Here's your semifinal games. Here's how they went. Similar to the Division 4 non-select games, there were routes. We start with Ascension Catholic taking down the 1 seed 45-14 of Westminster on the road. And then Riverside at home take down Ascension Episcopal 42-14. It will be 5 versus 2 for the title. Your thoughts on how these semifinals shaped up and weren't close?
JB doing he doing
My
Quentin
bad. My
Tarantino.
bad. My bad. My
He
bad. My
doing
bad.
Quentin Tarantino.
My bad. I every time I'm muting it so I won't cough on the air. I apologize. But
JB, your thoughts on the semifinals that took place, Division 4 select, Ascension Catholic big win, Riverside big win.
I got you. So for Ascension Catholic and for Riverside, 2 prolific backs carried their teams to the state championship. Keep it short and sweet. Trevor Simon for Ascension Catholic had 33 carries for 369 yards and 6 touchdowns as Ascension Catholic. Defeated Westminster Christian Opelousas 45-14. And Jaden Abikwe, he rushed for 269 yards and 6 touchdowns on 35 carries as Riverside defeated Ascension Episcopal 42-14. So the two big time running backs did it all for their teams to get them to the state championship game.
Sounds like we got us a nice middle slot on that Thursday with
Yeah.
two good running backs.
Yeah, I think
Is
it kind of
no, go ahead on.
adds. Oh, yeah. I think it kind of just adds to the allure of this bracket. I just thought that um, this bracket didn't really have a lot of like quote unquote favorites, as we could say that, hey, I think this team could win here, this team could win here. You could have an idea that maybe it could be an interesting bracket here and there. But I think the with the games that happened on Friday, I think we definitely seen that the two top teams they made it through here in this case. Um, I think it should be a really interesting game between Ascension Catholic and Riverside Academy.
All year long, and I'm gonna say this monstrously. Riverside, once they played Terrebonne, they felt that they could have played with anybody in the state. And we got to keep in mind, and I'm gonna say this on record: whoever win the state championship can build a dynasty in the Division 4 for a very long time, because a bunch of those kids are sophomores and ninth graders. A bunch of them. You're gonna graduate Brock Bourgeois, and you're gonna slide some formidable pieces from Riverside in that spot, and it's just gonna go business as usual because how big their offensive line is. And if I see you guys on the floor that Thursday morning, you say, God, look at Mr. Gage. Mr. Gage is big. Mr. Gage is a sophomore. Number 50 for Riverside, he's a sophomore. And he played since he was in 8th grade. So that's just tremendous. And they got a bunch of DBs that's 8th graders that played, but had to move out of position because they had to understand the nuances of the game. So in that Division 4, we talked about this, Jordy, week 7. We talk about that's going to be the best division that we all want to pay attention to, because that's going to be the dynasty district for years to come.
A game that will be won in the trenches. You said
Yes.
Simon had 33 carries a week this past Friday. You think there's no shot that he breaks the record for amount of carries in the game next week?
No chance.
Which
No
was
chance.
taken, which was broken by Dortez a year ago.
Chris Lachey.
Yeah, this is I mean, somebody defense got to step up, man. So I don't I don't see it happening. Maybe he'll come close. We don't know. That's why he played the game, but I don't see it happening.
What was it, 47?
I believe that's what it was.
Okay. Early thoughts. 5 seed Ascension Catholic, 2 seed Riverside. This will be the 3:30 game next Thursday.
Only thought I have, I just pretty much said it. Whose defense steps up and stops the running game the most? Who can get enough stops? That's where it's going to be won at right there. Whose defense can get the stops?
Lamar, your early thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, just again, I feel like the two teams that were probably the best teams there, you can kind of see again from the semifinal games. I think they're down here, so I'm really excited for this game here as well.
Nick?
I know I got a lot of Riverside guys in the chat. Brad Robinson, he's there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's all agreement say replica together. Replica. That's what it is, because these guys are going to be a replica of each other. They both have aspiration. They both got great coaches. They both got great running backs. They both got great defenses. And Coach Monica told me once upon a time, he says, the team that makes the least mistakes will win the championship. Remember that.
There we go. Next Thursday, 3:30, it will be the 5 seed Ascension Catholic. It will be the 2 seed Riverside. Ascension Catholic searches for their first title since 1992. Riverside searches for their first title second title since 2016. There we go. You love running backs. You're gonna see
You
two.
gonna
You're
love
gonna see
that. You gonna love
two.
that game. Cause I'm gonna be in the locker room doing like this.
Lord have mercy.
All right. Let's go to the game that will close out on Thursday. So let's go to that bracket. Division 3 select bracket. We talked about the first two. The first two brackets were routes in the semifinals. This bracket cannot speak for route because these two games, my goodness, phenomenal ball games. You look at this one and you look at Dunham edging LCA on the road 49-48. What a game. You look at Calvary Baptist with a goal line stand in overtime to beat Notre Dame 34-28. Two phenomenal semifinal games to set up a 5 versus 6 state championship game. Your thoughts on those semifinals that we saw this past week?
Oh, both teams overcame adversity. They faced it in those games. Dunham back and forth with LCA and Calvary Baptist back and forth with, excuse me, Notre Dame. But they found ways to get the win, persevere. So that's what I'm mostly impressed with. Lafayette Christian went for two, but Dunham got the stop, and Calvary Baptist got a stop on Notre Dame in overtime as well. So both teams were battle tested, and they found ways to win. So that's what I was very, very impressed with.
Yeah, I was impressed about again the way that both teams were going, both games were going. Um, the crazy part was even during the Gina Union game, I was really looking at that Dunham LCA score, and it felt like when one team scored, the other team scored. One team scored again, the other team scored again. I mean, I felt like that was kind of a game where it was like the first to 50 or the first to 60 probably would win the ball game there, and it damn near did that. It damn near did that. So I felt like that was probably the game maybe of the semifinals for sure. But also you're adding in with Calvary and Notre Dame, two solid programs and battling in overtime where 48 minutes was not enough that game. I just think that that's definitely anybody that loves high school football, I think would love to probably see those two games if they got a chance to look at them in their own entirety. Because man, sound like that was a great night at the office there.
Oh yeah, you said it the best, man. Sometimes we forget that how privileged we are. We can set up this quorum of guys that watch and love high school footballs. I see people scrounging for opportunities for people to listen, but we have knowledge. And you look at this panel. This panel have over probably 100 years of knowledge about high school football in Louisiana. But when you look at those guys, man, and Dunham, and when you look at Dunham, Coach Coach Neil Weiner and Elijah Haven, I think it's time for them to say, "Look, this is it. This is my last hurrah, and career's gonna be built. Elijah Haven gonna move on and go to the next level, and punch his ticket to whatever school he goes to." But saying that to say this, man, high school football in Louisiana has been at its best thanks to everybody that's on this panel, even Ken Freehan and everybody that implores it, because we all lovers of one thing, high school football. So I'm excited about it. Watching what's coming up next week, or this week, to be excited about it.
Your early thoughts. 5 seed Dunham, 6 seed Calvary. Your early thoughts to close out the Thursday selection of games.
I think it's gonna be a great ball game. I think it's gonna come down to the fourth quarter. Can Cavalry throw different looks at Elijah Haven to try to confuse him of the defenses that they're planning on running? And will Cavalry Baptist be able to run the ball effectively on Dunham?
Lamar.
Yeah, I mean, I think the matchup I'm actually looking forward to in this one is whenever Hugh Long is on defense and also Haven on offense. I think that's going to be a great matchup there. Hugh Long, I know a very solid wide receiver, but also a pretty good defensive back. And of course, you already know what Haven has to offer there. So I think that matchup there, seeing of those two playmakers, which one shows out the most. I think that could be decided the winner of the ball game there.
My shout out is to 55 and over and Elijah Haven. I'm very excited about watching him and all the stuff that he's been through throughout the years, man. I saw him play St. Charles Catholic, really, and to really stack up on his wins. So for him to leave out as a state championship winner, that's going to be very important for this kid in the state of Louisiana to just punch that ticket and win that state championship. That's my belief.
He got a year left too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's arriving early.
Mm-hmm.
It will be the 5 seed Dunham. It will be the 6 seed Cavalry. Closing out Thursday, 7 o'clock. Well, we know how those 7 o'clocks work on those games. It'll probably be more like 8:30.
9 o'clock.
7-ish.
Award ceremony.
It will be Dunham. It will be Cavalry. Dunham is back after state runner-ups of a year ago. They're trying to win their first title since 2004. Calvary Baptist, we talked about it earlier. They have never lost a state title game. They are 4-0. They search for title number 5 next Thursday night. Dunham, Calvary, last game Thursday. Get you ready.
Where we gonna have breakfast at Friday?
I'm gonna have it in the dome because I'll be getting off of work and shooting straight over there. So I'm having it in the dome. That's me.
Because we're gonna leave from the dome and go straight to a Bliss.
Hit up VK. They usually go like the Coffee Ann's or Joe's Cafe. That's where they
If
go.
you watching BK, hit us up. Jordan said he got his hotel already. I don't know, but my man, so we can do something. I'm off. I'm ready.
First time we get to just walk to the dome.
There you go, buddy.
We've always stayed in Metairie.
That's awesome.
All righty. We go to the game that will kick off Friday, the noon slate of games. It's going to be Division II non-select. Let's find out how these teams got here. We go back to the semifinals. North Dakota, Plaquemine, no shortage of points here. Plaquemine actually jumped up on them. North Dakota had a big response.
I was excited about that.
This one was a 51-44 game before North Dakota put it away late to win it 58-44 to punch their ticket back to the title game. And then Iowa Bell Chase 28-21. Yellow Jackets get the win over Bell Chase. Most points Bell Chase has allowed in a game this year. Your thoughts on the semifinals that were in Division II non-select? North Dakota wins a score fest, and Iowa get it done by 7 this past week.
Impressed with North Dakota. I mean, being able to come back, showing the perseverance, and then their defense able to only allow 14 points in the second half when North Dakota's offense scored 36 to win that game 50-44. So very impressed with North Dakota. Iowa, great team. I think they figured Bell Chase out early to go up 21-7 and 20-14. I think they figured them out knowing that some of their plays were predictable if you watch film. So I think they figured them out, and that helped them to win that game because they got some playmakers. Case and Lewis making big plays. Bushnell with a big time play. So they got some talent at Iowa. So That's what helped get that job done for both teams.
I think the one that really was impressed with me was the way that North DeSoto came back in that ball game. I mean, they were on the ropes a little bit against Blackman, and give credit to Blackman for making that trip up there to the Soto Parish and jumping out on the Griffins early, but the Griffins found a way, made a way to come back here in that one, and Iowa also coming away with a close one there too. So I was really impressed by the way that North DeSoto and Iowa just really battled in both of those games, kept it close, and also came back from deficit in the case of North DeSoto. So, yeah, I was really impressed by both of those teams there.
I'm gonna just be real with y'all. I'm so confused because when I look at the score, Plaquemine was up. Then I turn around, North DeSoto was up. They was going back and forth, and I couldn't watch it all because we always talk about classic high school football games, and as you can score inside the 30, both teams, that's a really good football game. It's coming down to stops. You know what I'm saying? And when I look and saw the finish, I realized that Coach Dunn was on the other side of that victory. I said he's going to do what it take to win that game. And shout out to the Devils, the Green Devils, about playing the way they did. They ran the ball. They did what they had to do, and it was their identity the whole year. But North DeSoto wanted it more than anybody else. So I'm excited to see that game coming up this weekend. Fox just inboxed me for whatever reason. I don't know. But I'm excited to see this game coming up with North DeSoto and Iowa, you know.
Your early thoughts of the 1 seed and the 2 seed, North
Uh,
Dakota, Iowa, JB.
it's the second, only the second. We only got two games with the number one versus the number two, and this is the second one right here, I believe. I'm excited for this game. Excited to see both teams. I want to see um, how Iowa can be able to stop that offense. I want to see if North DeSoto can be able to exploit that defense because that's a good defense Iowa has. So I'm excited to see this game.
Three of them, JB.
Got three who are the number one and two,
You're looking at Haynesville and Mangum.
right?
You're looking at Gina and
Sterlington.
Sterlington,
Yep.
Hmm.
Okay.
North Dakota and Iowa.
Cool. I was wrong, people.
I
Lamar,
just
your early thoughts.
I just think if you're a fan of high school football and you really root for storylines, and seeing if a team can get their first state championship, this is your game. And so one of these teams is going to win that first one, and one of these teams is going to be excited about it and winning that first one. And unfortunately, one of these teams is going to be sad that they came so close and they didn't get it. And so I think that if for the purity of the ball game, for the purity of the game, I think this is one that's going to have a feel good moment here.
You're absolutely right, man. We as prognosticators, we tend to forget that's 14 to 17-year-old kids. And granted, it's Christmas, holidays coming off, exams coming up. They got a lot of other things that they can probably focus on, obviously more than football. You know what I'm saying? So we got to really take in consideration about prosperity for all of them. You know what I'm saying? To be able to play this game conscience free, just be conscience free, and it starts with a lot of the quarterbacks. And I don't care if people in the chat, you know, we got a lot of elite quarterbacks that's in these 16 group of kids. It takes a lot because a quarterback coach relationship is inevitable. And when we watch these state championship games, and if you watch Wayne Stein, for example, he's going to bring his quarterback real close to him because they dictates the game, And Coach Dennis Dunn is one of those also. They're gonna bring their quarterback close to them because they want to dictate the game. You get what I'm saying? So it's a classic matchup with these guys and watching them all. And get yourself ready for some great high school football. Football. Look, they got Real Parish Friday night. This is the first time I got a pop up.
And this is I think this is an Iowa team that likes to run the Wildcats 70% of the time.
70?
If I'm not mistaken, JB.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
You're running a
That's
lot.
a
Yeah. Running a lot.
So,
that's a lot.
Sound like Kevin Durant.
Cadillac
Right.
Williams and Ronnie
Seven?
Brown,
Ronnie Brown, Auburn. Yeah.
they'll
Yeah.
be old and gray if they come talking about the Wildcat, right? Darren McFadden,
got a
Yep.
they got a nice little 1-2 punch, Javian Adams and Caston Lewis.
Uh-huh.
So we'll see. You never know what two teams would do to win a state title. So they're gonna
It's a lot.
they're gonna throw kitchen sinks come Friday. All right. It will be the 1 seed North Dakota. It will be the 2 seed Iowa to kick off the Friday selection of games for the Division II non-select state championship. Both of these teams searching for state title number 1. Feel good story, right? Indeed, Lamar. One of them will bring a state title back to their school for the first time in school history. Can't
Yes.
wait. We're going to be nice and full, right, from the breakfast.
Yes.
So we're just going to enjoy the game.
Steak and eggs.
There you go. The 3:30 game. Let's see how those teams got here. Division III non-select. Here's your semifinals. Gina kicks the door down. They beat Union Parish 30-6, and then Sterlington beats St. James 63-38. That one felt like it flipped on his head after that fumble on the 2-yard line. And then Gina felt like they were in control of that game from the get-go. Your thoughts?
So problematic. Oh my God.
I'll say this. It was Gina's time. I will say that. It was Gina's time. I felt as if Gina, I said earlier, learned how to finally win in the semifinals. And they were more determined to win. They were prepared to win. They were mentally tough. So different Gina team in the past 2 years in the semifinals. They were ready for this moment, and they took advantage of it and won big time. Sterlington, St. James, two teams that don't like each other, and Sterlington said, you're not coming back here and beat us again. Yeah, you did it 2 years ago, but you ain't coming back to our home and win again. And when they got up by 10 points, I think the air was popped from St. James Balloon. I really think so. When they got up by 10 points, it just seemed like they were just deflated after that, and Sterlington never looked back.
Can I share something with this panel?
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in player anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, y'all gonna think about this later when I say it. Player anxiety is because you want to win so bad. You got so much behind you, and when it all, I constantly promote this for my team. It's just a game. At the end, the championship gonna be rewarded. You know what I'm saying? So player anxiety. Some kids, and we think about our Louisiana area. Some kids they believe that the championship was Sterlington and St. James, and it was not. And I'm saying this, and I know TC is a fan of mine. My relationship with TC go back 20 years, but
Mm-hmm.
when you have player anxiety, I watched Lutcher lose to St. Charles behind player anxiety because y'all young enough to know Willie Beamer. Y'all know who Willie Beamer is?
Yep.
What Willie Beamer did before every game?
Throw up.
Not young enough.
He threw up because it was player anxiety, right?
Yep.
And some folks don't realize that when you're talking about high school kids, St. Charles quarterback, the Altamont kid.
Yeah.
I watched this kid for 7 years. And I'm gonna tell you, I'll go on record and say, no way this kid will be a state championship kid. He's 5'7". He proved me wrong
He sure did.
because he was a player anxiety type of kid. And when you cannot say, we player anxiety, man, just let those kids play. I got 40 years of experience of watching high school football, and I tend to shut my mouth when it comes down to the realism of a championship, or when they host that trophy up, JB not in the picture, Jordan not in the picture, my man, he's not in the picture. Them guys, they understood what it took to get that assignment done. So that's what I'm saying with that player anxiety, man. Look, we could all analyze, debate, talk about it, but at the end of the day, Brad probably gonna be jumping on the fence of Riverside. Yeah. But as long as the coach could calm his players down and say it's just a game, got potential to win that game.
Probably our last time seeing these two teams go at it. Also,
Hopefully not.
I don't think they're going to schedule each other.
I don't think so either.
With one of them
Great for
moving
high
up,
school football.
one of them moving up to Division II non-select, and the other one staying in Division III non-select. So maybe a while before we see these two teams clash again. Lamar.
Yeah, I think talking about the semifinal games between both of those teams, what really stood out to me about Sterlington was this is the second time that they scored at least 60 points in a game during the playoffs, at least, and that's really hard for a
7-1 in the
Sterlington.
second.
Right, that's really hard for a team that way. That team that really would put up a lot of points there, but
With a running
again, it's
clock.
just running clock machine a machine. I mean that's basically tells you right there with all of that they execute very well, and they did a very good job with the Gina game. I mean, I just felt like with the way they started, with Union going 3-and-out, Gina having an answer, then Union going 3-and-out again, and Gina scoring another touchdown, you could tell that this was different this time around, unlike the one 2 years ago. I think even the head games, the mind games, kind of worked out in one point during the game where Union brought the Carol band again for the game, which we knew
No,
that they probably were going to go
no,
ahead and do it. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
did.
did it.
They
They did it
they
again.
did. They did
I
it
got a
again. They
text.
did it again.
I
Yep,
got a
they did it
text.
again.
From
They did it again. They did it again. But Gina had a counter. Gina knew that that was going to happen. They had a feeling that that was going to happen. So they enlisted some of the bands in Central Louisiana to help play with them. Also, some of the alumni bands as well. But they also had some of the Sinlot bands. So like Pineville, Buckeye,
Very important.
Tioga, for them to also come there and play with them as well. So that helped out with a little bit of the mind games there. And so they knew what to expect this time going forward. Like, we're not going to be rattled by this band here that plays very well and plays very loud. We're not going to be rattled this time. We got something for you. And so I think Gina came through with that mind game there in that one, and I was really impressed with that.
My goodness, we get to see Hatcher, Wilson, Trey Birch. We get to see some phenomenal players next week in the dome. Gina Sterlington, it will be number one versus number two for a state championship. This will be your 3:30 game. Sterlington looking for their fourth state title in school history, and Gina trying to get the first title in school history. These two fan bases love their football, and you best believe they're going to pack that place out for that 3:30 game. Can't wait. We'll see who wins it. Gina Sterlington. Ooh, that's going to be physical.
Get your
Very.
popcorn ready. Get your nuts ready. The man that's running around $10 nuts. Get them ready.
It's gonna be a football game. A lot of smash mouth football in that one.
Very,
Indeed.
very, very. Look, fellas, before we need to let these feel of people know how we feel about these games. I'm talking about these teams with these games because sometimes they think we foremost we believe in certain teams, but man, look, we just lovers of football and we want to see the best classic high school football games that's ever. I mean, I know JB want to see Shaw win, but at the end of the day, he care about high school football.
That's
I
correct.
care about high school football. I'm not a River Parish. I'm a River Parish fan, but I'm not a Riverside fan. I'm not a Hornbill fan. I'm not a St. James fan. I just want to see great football in our last game.
I think to also add to the fact, as I mentioned before, if you're a fan of pure football, also I think this game is for you as well. But based off of the fans and the two coaches that are really really good head coaches as well. So if you're also a fan of the game, this is also for you as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
gonna be some fun. Two offensive lines that have really did damage this year. So excited to see Gina Sterlington next week in the Dome. For Division Two Select, we talk about these next two semifinals because this one will close out the Prep Classic on Friday. St. Charles beats University Lab 34-27 in overtime. St. Charles had a big lead in this one, if correct me if I'm wrong, and University Lab almost came back and won it. A blocked extra point. You can shake your head all you want, but a blocked
Mhm.
extra point in there really went a long way to send this one into overtime. And
Can
then
we say anxiety?
we could say missed assignment. And
A
then
miss.
Shaw
Ooh, look, can
shutting
I
out
can I
Vanderbilt
share that
Catholic
touchdown you guys scored? I
7-0 in the rain.
that's confidential footage that could probably get 10,000 views. But ooh, that was a blown assignment by a cornerback that was potentially injured.
I was hurt
27
in there too.
nothing. Shaw beats Vanderbilt Catholic in the pouring down rain.
Yep.
Beautiful day. I had my green raincoat on. I was ready.
I was in the press box.
Y'all thoughts, y'all thoughts, and we didn't get no rain over there where we were at, but y'all
Good.
thoughts. St. Charles U Lab, what a game. Shaw back in the title game. They beat Vanderbilt Catholic shutout fashion in the pouring down rain.
We sure did. Excuse me, everybody. First game, St. Charles Catholic. Hey, I got a notification that University took the lead 28-27. I was like, oh, they came back. Well, that notification was wrong. It was wrong because the extra point got blocked and went overtime. Credit University for fighting back, but St. Charles Catholic, man, it's a great team and able to dig deep to get the win in overtime. So credit Coach Stein and his crew. Credit them for the year that they've had. Very, very great team. Very, very great team. Period. As far as Archbishop Shaw, it took a long time for this offense to come together, but it is happening at the right time, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening at the right time in playoff football. So they were able to go to Vanderbilt Catholic, and first half was very tight, 3-0 Shaw. But after that, Shaw was able to just amp it up. Defense played well the entire game. Offense able to do things to extend the lead, and they never looked back.
I just got one question for JB. Did
Yes, sir.
did Singleton hit you up?
No, he did. Actually, he did, but it wasn't about the game. The
Okay.
Shaw and Vanderbilt Catholic game.
Okay.
He hit me up, congratulating me and VK on the call for St. Augustine.
Okay, good
Yeah.
deal. Good deal. Because I didn't, I was hoping he didn't. I was hoping there wasn't some furniture moving in that one there. But I digress. Looked like that U High St. Charles game was a heavyweight fight. Of course, you had U High really wanting to try to get to the Superdome after what happened last year, and of course St. Charles looking to get back there as well. And it looked like that was an overall great game. Again, as I said earlier, credit to Shaw for battling their way back and getting down to the dome. But definitely that U High St. Charles game, that was it looked like a phenomenal matchup between two teams that neither of them that you probably wanted to see lose. And I hope that both of those teams gave each other their rightful props after that ball game there, because that looked like that was an amazing ball game to watch too.
JB, you think anybody's giving y'all a shot to win this week
They had, a,
besides yourself?
they had a lot of people that counted us out due to the fact of how the offense was in the season and how they didn't score a point in the last two games against Belchase and St. Charles. So there's a lot of people that counted y'all out. And there's people, I saw it on social media today, Facebook, people saying St. Charles gonna win that game easily against Shaw. So I'm seeing it. So we'll see what happens. You know, that's
Man, I'm gonna just be
they have
real.
the right to believe. They have the right to
I just
believe that
want my
and think
hat.
that way.
I just want my hat. That's God. I just
Spot the
listen,
ball.
listen. Honest and truly, when we look at this in a nutshell, we can really think about some of the things that both teams went through. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about the Division Two, uh, man, these guys they employed themselves the whole year. Shaw's schedule was not a walk in the park. Minus a bunch of kids that really help them win a state championship. And when you look at St. Charles, I got so many calls, man, and so many inboxes from personal people. And they think I don't watch St. Charles because I'm prejudiced about my kids leaving. No, I'm serious. I sit there on my off time watching Coach Stein and Coach Brown do their thing. You know what I'm saying? But saying that to say this, when you look at those games, man, those kids, they wanted more than anything. Caden, Caden, he had a kidney transplant for St. Charles Catholic,
Yeah.
and he got his double year of eligibility. He had a relationship with me because he cried that he had his senior year. He had one tear. He said, I couldn't control it. He had one tear come out his eye, and it was emotional on game day. And they wanted to win it more than anybody else. So no matter what we say is about how those kids understand their assignments that the coaches are giving to them. Jordan, if you come to the class tomorrow at 3:45, guess where you're gonna see me at? At
At
St. Charles
school.
Catholic. At St. Charles Catholic. I don't go and take my press credentials and go on the field. I sit in the car and I watch what goes on. And then, I formulate my opinion. And I have a poll and we do a lot of stuff that's really dynamic because we want to keep those kids out of it. But when you watch St. Charles Catholic, man, they are a true blue collar team like the Pittsburgh Steelers in pro football. They're gonna get the job done. You know what I'm saying?
No matter what, guys, that's a trophy that's going to stay down here south. Sorry, Lamar.
That's all right. It's all good. Hey, look. The game before, trophy's gonna stay north. So hey, it's all good.
And
It's all
and
good.
come Sunday, one of these two gentlemen will have major bragging rights.
I just wish I had a hat. As long as it's not a dust cap. I mean,
You could have did it
that's all
against
I
St.
wish.
James. You could have did it against.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a coaching matchup we got on display. Coach Hank Tierney and Coach Wayne Stein. It's going to be a great chess match, in my opinion, when these two teams clash. Shaw back to back to go defend their title. I knew Shaw had an opportunity to get to the semis. I didn't know Shaw had an opportunity to get to the dome. So mad respect for them going back to the state championship. St. Charles, I was one of the few last year from my panel that was still high on the comments, even with the losing record, because I knew how extremely well coached they were. So a
We
year
too. We
later,
too.
we knew a
We
year
too. I
later,
said it.
we knew a year later they would be back in this position to get to the dome. I was high on you, Lab, but the Comets, it's hard to beat the Comets over there at their place in St. Charles. Shaw, I think we are in for a great, great coaching matchup in this one. We'll see where the pieces fall.
We sure will. We'll see where the pieces fall. Two great coaches. St. Charles, great team. Shaw, great team. Talented team. We're gonna see what happens. Both teams love to run the ball, so we're gonna see. Let's see. Let's see. How can I see this? Oh, to be the champ, you got to beat the champ.
There you go.
Friday
It will
night,
be
Yes.
it will
9
be
o'clock.
Friday night. Friday night prime time. 7 o'clock to close out the Prep Classic. St. Charles searches for their fourth state championship, while Shaw, they are looking for their third. Somebody's getting their third, somebody's getting their fourth. Something's got to give. Y'all both hold up the fingers real quick. Third or fourth?
Let's get it.
Look,
Yeah, right.
I
Right.
don't
Put the
have
three
no,
up.
I
That's
don't
right. Put
have
that
no
three
ring.
up.
I have one
I,
Louisiana Christian ring for my son, but St. Charles, laughing at Christian and then guys got my rings.
So you hold up a three, you hold up a four, and then somebody take a screenshot of the chat,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we will
I'm
see
gonna let
that.
these two go at
There you go.
We're going to close out the Prep Classic on Friday night. 1 seed St. Charles, 7 seed Shaw. Will we have a repeat, or will St. Charles win it again like they did
2022.
3 other times before?
I'm gonna
Pay
tell Nick.
attention to my timeline tomorrow. I will release some footage from the last time St. Charles Catholic won. Because the fans, St. Charles Catholic's fans says I'm bitter because my son never won. No, I'm not bitter. I don't even really care. I just want to promote good high
it.
school football.
This time we're punting.
Exactly.
Where are you at?
I don't know. He just turned sideways. Anyway, I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna
Real
tell.
quick, JB.
I'm gonna tell Nick what I told VK last year. Don't stand by me. Don't stand by me. Nah.
Hey, JB, real quick.
Yeah.
Somebody said it on my Friday night recap show that I forgot what they said. Either 7 out of 8 or 8 out of 9 straight trips to the state title game. Trips to the state title game for St. Charles.
Well, he wasn't there last year.
Correct, but was it 5 out of 6 years, 6 out of 7 years, 7 out of 8, 8 out of 9? What has it been for St.
Might
Charles?
be 5 out of 6 if you include this year. It might be 5 out of 6 years, huh, Nick?
No chance. Listen, since 2016 to 2023, St. Charles won when my sons wasn't there, and that's why I'm disappointed. They won in 2021. I posted on my timeline when they won.
6
But
out
they
of the
did
7 years.
Yeah, they did an incredible job. And it's not because of the coaches, it's because the way things were. Sage Ryan was over at Lafayette Christian, and they was really loaded at that particular time. The game wasn't at the Superdome, so we had a lot of home field advantage going to Lafayette to play those games, and even Northwestern to play those games. So it is what it is, you know.
All y'all saying is going to the River Parish. I ain't posting y'all comment right now. Nah, stay over there. All y'all. I see y'all.
Shelby gonna beat you up.
Elston, Little Lions. Nah, I see all y'all.
So 6 out of the last 7 years, St. Charles has played for a state title. Incredible.
Yep.
All right, Saturday. I think this time we had a lot of hype going into last year's Saturday. Well, this one right here is already through the roof.
Yes, sir.
Monroe District rematch, Catholic League District rematch. Oof, heavyweight showdowns. Oh, wait. Throw the seeds out. You got 1 versus 14 right here, but who really cares?
Right.
This is going to be so much fun to kick off Saturday. If you ain't got enough of what you see, if you ain't got enough from what you've seen those 6 games ahead of these two, well, you better find that you better rejuvenate yourself because Ruston, Washtenaw Parish, Carr, and Saint Augustine, my God, Saturday is going to be a lot of fun. How did the teams get here? Semifinals. Ruston beats Zachary 21-17. Great game. Washtenaw Parish goes into Bill Ruppel and beats Neville 14-7. Your thoughts of those 2 great semifinal games?
Man, you said it. 2 great semifinal games. Rustin was down early, able to take the lead in the fourth quarter, able to hold Zachary off from coming back, and then Rustin able to get first downs to drain the clock and win the game. Washita, I mean, great defense on a great Neville team. And like I said earlier, they figured out how to win close and tight ball games, and they have done that now, which makes them a dangerous team moving forward.
A big blocked punt in that game.
It's always like last year, the block field goal for Neville, then a block punt. Man, it's Jesus. Like, can't catch a break on special teams for Neville.
Neville going back down to Division 2 next year, guys.
Yeah, they are. They are. So is
Lamar.
Westgate. So is Westgate.
Yeah, about that, I mean, I wish Neville would still probably play in that Division 1 because they can hang with these teams.
Yes.
They can hang with these teams. Don't get me wrong at all. They can hang with these teams, especially there. And but I have to, if I'm them, I mean, I bet you I probably would be feeling sick right now of getting at the step of the dome and not really punching it in there. So that's that about that. But 2 good games overall. Rustin and Zachary, obviously, Rustin beating Zachary once again to get down to get to this stage, and then of course Washita getting their payback against Neville for this one. So man, overall 2 great games. Again, just great games there.
Rustin, Zachary, Washtenaw Parish, and Neville. Nick Campbell.
Well, I'm just being realistic about it. We got to sigh. I'm talking about everybody on the panel. Let's sigh about this, By comparison, we can look at everything that's upon us. When you look at those guys, man, I wish I could share some of the conversation I had with some high school coaches, prominent coaches about this division. And we friends, so I'm trying to spill but not spill. Man, this is one of the hardest classifications that simulates the state combining. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we talk about that, JB, Jordy, you know about when the state combined, what it was like to say we had a unified champion. And a lot of those guys take it personal. And if you don't win, one team gonna win. Not 2, one team is gonna win. Coach Benji Lewis, he done been around a lot of that BS. And hopefully Saturday night, when they play, he could punch his ticket and cement his name into Louisiana high school football Hall of Fame as being a champion with the Ouachita Parish Lions about it. He got that big ball head, and he shows it. And then, look, nothing wrong with that. He really exemplifies that because he's a very confident man. And when we saying playing this state championship, man, look, is real formidable to everybody, all of those 50 something teams that want to be number one. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Early thoughts, Ruston, Washita Parish, part 2. But a title is on the line this time.
Hey, I think this is going to be a close ball game. It may not even be a high scoring game. Somebody who makes the most mistakes may lose. This is going to be a good one. I don't think it's a high scoring game at all.
It's all about making adjustments. All about making adjustments. What adjustments does Washington make after losing to Ruston so close in Week 6? What adjustments does Ruston make to enhance themselves that this does not happen again? So this is going to be a game of adjustments and a chess match between these two coaches here.
I'm going to say, like Dr. Evil, we're going to do minimize. And I'm going with the Wichita Christian to minimize their mistakes. And there will be Benji Lewis minimizing his mistakes. He got some extraordinary skill players to really put forward a good game for the Division One state championship non-select.
Excited to see the quarterback for Washita Parish play for the first time this year.
Yeah.
He fast, Jordy. He fast.
I'm excited.
I saw it firsthand. He fast.
I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see the 6'7" freak of nature, Ahmad Hudson for Ruston. I'm excited for this
He
one
can
to
dunk
kick off.
too. He can dunk.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm excited to see this one kick off Saturday, boys.
Yep.
It will be the 1 seed Ruston. It will be the 14 seed Washita Parish. Ruston eyeing their 10th state title in school history as Washita Parish eyes their first state title since they won it all back in 1994. We're going to have roll your sleeves up, hard hat,
Yeah.
bring your lunchbox.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun on Saturday at noon for the Division One non-select state championship. And then we close the Prep Classic out. Yes, you've had 7 games. Yes, you've had 7 games to get you ready. And then game number 8 will be one that will be talked about all week long. Not just our platforms, but platforms Louisiana, over there in Lake Charles, over there in the Bayou, over there in Shreveport, over there in Monroe, right there in New Orleans. Everywhere we'll talk about this game Saturday at 3:30. It's not just the battle of the bands. It's not just battle of the head coaches. It's not just the battle of New Orleans. It's going to be a great battle between the lines. Etna Carr, St. Aug. My, oh my. Everyone gets what they wanted. Carr, Aug. Here's how they got there. Carr, Catholic of Baton Rouge. They always deliver. Every single time these two teams play. This time, Carr gets them 17-10. Year ago, it was a 2-point game. This year, 7. Love seeing these two teams clash.
Yes.
And then St. Aug beats John Curtis 31-29 in the most dramatic finish you can remember. Curtis scores late. Aug, no panic. Go down the field, run a beautiful route. And the glass ceiling has broke.
Well, I mean, what can you say? Like I said earlier, Edna Carr got 4 turnovers off of Catholic, and nobody scored in the second half, so they was able to hold Catholic and get that win. St. Augustine jumped on Curtis early, 13-0. Curtis took the lead, and it was back and forth, and Curtis got the lead again with 39 seconds, and St. Aug goes down there and scores the game-winning touchdown with 0 seconds left. Pandemonium erupts. Everybody that's a St. Aug fan just runs onto the field. Great sight to see. I mean, I think it's a matchup everyone, or majority of people, wanted to see. I think people had
I
question marks
did.
about St. I think people had question marks early about St. Augustine, and they answered those questions early in the season, showing how good they are. Their only loss is to Edna Carr. So we'll see what happens. We'll get to that in a little bit, but I'm excited for this matchup. I really am, and I like the whole city of New Orleans to show up.
I know you can attest to, I wanted Carr Catholic of Baton Rouge for the last couple of years in the Dome, but
Yeah,
I think this one right here, I'm excited. I'm excited for, since we didn't get Catholic of Baton Rouge on the other side of the bracket.
yep,
Yeah, I think for the semifinal games, I mean, VK Jones said a mouthful. I think he said everything that we probably gonna say. I mean, just the call, the passion, everything else like that, man. I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, what else is there to say about that game between two good programs, in St. Aug and John Curtis as well? That was an amazing game all the way through, and that Catholic car game was amazing too. Like, um, I kind of talked about it to somebody, and I said that I wouldn't be surprised if Catholic was very hung with car in this game because they did it last year,
yep,
and same thing happened this year. They hung with them. They actually had them on the ropes a little bit there, where Catholic was up, and we were like, oh, okay, but Edna Card does what Edna Card does, and what champions do: find a way. And that's what happened there in that game there. And credit to Catholic for having a good game plan
yep,
against Carr and finding a way to also limit them. But unfortunately, it was not enough. And same thing for John Curtis. Credit for them also to finding a way to be right there with St. Aug.
yep.
Fortunately, it was not enough there, but two good games as well for sure, for certain.
Like I said before, um, I just think the person you don't want to play twice in a season is John Curtis, because Coach
JT Curtis.
JT, yeah, JT Curtis gonna have something, man, and he had something. It just didn't go his way in the last 39 seconds.
Just wasn't enough.
That's it.
Your thoughts on the
Uh,
semifinals, Nick?
when you look at Coach Valdez and think about the St. Aug Purple Knights, within the last 5 years, they won 2 state championship in basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
that's pressure. So for any man to take that job, he really got to be sure of himself to say, I'm going to do something that they didn't do in 46 years. 46 years. And we could compliment Coach Valdez. Coach Valdez been, I'm gonna just say it, shitted on for winning the state championship with West St. John, turn around, winning the state championship with St. James. Now he's on the elite level. He left, went to Grambling, then now he's on the elite level and playing at one of the most premier high school football teams in the country. And some folks don't realize how deep St. Augusta is in the country because when you go to Acadiana, you don't have that. When you go to North Louisiana, you don't have that. St. Augusta has that. And they got Pioneer, and Coach Valdez is my friend. I'm gonna call him my friend because I got his number. He's a pioneer, and a lot of folks don't know. It was a point where it was up against Hornville for that job,
East Ascension too.
and
East
yeah,
Ascension too.
East Ascension too, and he's selected to go to St. Aug to solidify his impregnation to birth his baby. So his baby was 46 years old in St. Augusta. So who would want to put their mark on a state championship in Louisiana. But Coach Robert Valdez. This is my personal opinion. He might beat me up Friday night or Thursday night. Man, you should have said that, but I said it, and that's just how I feel about it because I got about 15 Purple Knights behind me that's going to text me in the morning and say, thank you, because they needed to be known, They need to be noticed. So I want to really see the outcome of that game. Saying that we're not a pick 'em, but I like the Purple Knights in that game.
Okay.
Coach Bryce Brown and Edna Carr searching for their 8th title in school history, trying to finish ranked in the top 10 of the entire country.
Country.
Mhm.
And Coach Robert Valdez and St. Aug searching for their first title since 1979. It's going to be a amazing atmosphere with 2 amazing bands and 2 amazing ball clubs. And I can't wait to see it close out the prep
I like
classic.
Warren Easton band.
Let me say this right quick. The biggest shocking defeat I ever saw in the Dome was when East Jeff beat nationally ranked Edna Carr. And I think Edna Carr
I
was
was in the end zone for that one.
You was in the end zone for that one? And I think they were a nationally ranked team. They were a nationally ranked team. And East Jeff beat them. And with East Jeff beating Neville and Edna Carr, they finished ranked 14th in the nation. That's the biggest shocker because no one gave East Jeff a chance to beat Edna Carr. If St. Augustine beats Edna Carr Saturday, to me, that'll be the second biggest shocker to me ever in the prep classic.
Can I share something with y'all guys? And all of y'all knowledgeable. But in order to elevate ourselves up in the national championship ranking, I've been there with Hornbill. I've been there with John Curtis. And for somebody like Edna Carr or even St. Aug to solidify themselves in the top 5, man, that's colossal.
Yes. Yes.
In a country.
Yes.
That's colossal. And we all know what colossal means. That's big. That's real big. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
3:30 Saturday, Division 1 Select State Championship game. 1 seed Edna Carr, 3 seed St. Aug. Get your popcorn.
We'll
Coach
be there.
Tasha. I mean, not Coach Tasha. Miss Tasha. I don't know if you was on with us earlier, but I mentioned it from where I was in the press box. And I don't know if that was you running next to your son pushing Raekwon in the wheelchair. I don't know. But from where I was in the press box calling the game, I can see your son smile when your oldest son was pushing Raekwon onto the field. I can see his smile from where I was. I told these guys it was as big as Earth to Jupiter. That's how big his smile was.
JB, you said it wrong. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh man. Man, that's how big his smile was.
Yeah,
And,
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Miss Tasha, that was a sight to see. Like I said earlier with the celebration, but man, just seeing that happen and everybody coming on the field to celebrate was something that hadn't happened in 46 years, man. It was just a sight to see, man. And you got to be happy for St. Augustine.
All right, the matchups are set. Haynesville, Mangum for the Division 4 Non-Select State Championship. Ascension Catholic Riverside for the Division 4 Select State Championship. Dunham Calvary for the Division 3 Select State Championship. North Dakota, Iowa for the Division 2 Non-Select State Championship. Gina Sterlington for the Division 3 Non-Select State Championship. Shaw St. Charles for the Division 2 Select State Championship. Ruston Washita Parish for the Division 1 Non-Select. And Edna Carr St. Aug for the Division 1 Select State Championship. Final words as we close this one out this evening, and get ready for a much anticipated Dome trip this week. We start with JB.
Excuse me. Started choking again. All right. Man, this season has flown by. this season has flown by so fast. We already at the state championships. We've had a lot of exciting games, a lot of exciting games. And I'm just sad that when that Edna Carr St. All game is over with, I'm gonna be like, dang, it's over for football.
They got us again.
Got us again. We're excited now for state championship, but when that last game is over with, we're gonna be like, dang, those 15 weeks went by super fast. But it's been a great season. It's been a great season. Good luck to every team that's playing for a state championship starting on Thursday. Good luck to them all. I pray that the Lord keeps everyone healthy during the games, that we don't have no injuries. I pray for that. But the best team will win. And I just pray that we have some good football. Before I go to Lamar, everybody remember the Hash It Out show Tuesday and Wednesday at 7:00. We got Gina's head coach, Coach Rourke, on for Wednesday at 7:30. Under the Lights will be Wednesday at 8:30, and then Nick will have his show at 11:00 Thursday morning. And
we're gonna go Wednesday this week.
Oh, okay. Well, Nick can go Wednesday morning. That's right, the games. Nick going Wednesday morning at 11, and then Lamar, he's gonna be there. I don't think you're doing the radio shows this time for Ken, because Ken gonna be
nah. But I'll be probably hanging around there, kissing babies and everything else like that. So that'll be what I do.
There you go.
Lamar the president.
Lamar,
you want to be a guest speaker Wednesday?
Hey, let's do it, man. I'm happy for it. Let's get it, man.
As long as it's steak
I got the time for you. Yeah.
Steak and eggs.
Come on down to Appaloosa's Wednesday, Lamar.
All right. That sounds like a good time. I think what I would like to say is kind of the same thing. Congratulations for all 16 teams for making it down to the dome, and for every single kid, every single coach, every single person that is affiliated with each and every single one of those programs. This is what you live for. Cherish this moment, win or lose or draw. You get to do something that very, very few in this state get the chance to do, and that is playing under the lights in the Superdome. And so there are a lot of people that would I wouldn't want to say kill, but would envy to be in your position right now at this point. They would love to be in the spot that you're in, but you're in this spot right now. And so make the most of it. Make the most of it.
You about to play Walking to New Orleans?
Nah, I want Nick to read that. 50,000. 50,000. Telling you.
50,000
His brother coming from Portugal.
Tell Stan Barrett to get at me. Because you know me.
I already saw Leonard Fournette tweeted saying that better be the last game of the Prep Classic.
No, it is.
Listen. I'm gonna prematurely say this. Like, we all intend to have an ultimate apex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we watch these games, and they're gonna have a coach that win, they're gonna have a coach that lose. But we're still gonna have a fan base that's craving for next year. And with the four of us guys, let's all say Devin Steib. Devin Steib, because he was the reason that we really got this together. He wanted to see this more than anybody else. And he said, man, Nick, he called me, he called JB. He might have even called Jordy to say, let's get this done about connecting the boot. And if is this a person that loved high school football that wanted to connect the boot to see everybody's opinion. JB goes from the West Bank to South Plaquemine, and Jordy goes to Central Louisiana up to some parts of the north, and I go to the River Parish. And my man, he goes through Washita Parish and everything else. Look, not too many people got this. This is hot. And statistics show, right?
Yep.
If we had 10 followers or 10 watchers, we could say, man, let's not do this. But on a small scale, we didn't amass of 2,500 viewers between the four of us. And I think the boot breakdown was a phenomenon to connect the state that the state of Texas don't have, the state of Florida don't have, the state of Maine don't have, because I got connection all over the place. And people watch us because they're excited to see what Louisiana is doing. So we're gonna all culminate Thursday, Friday, Saturday at the Superdome floor and let people know that this is for real.
And we still waiting for Steve to join us on the show.
Yeah, right. He's the minister involved, right?
Yeah, you can say that. Go ahead, JT.
I think he said I was covering Lamar's area.
Yeah, he did say that. He kind of got it mixed up a little bit. All right.
That's
Ain't
that
nobody
crown
cover-
royal.
Ain't nobody. I said that ain't nobody cover it better than Lamar does.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. Central to northwest and northeast. Yeah, Lamar got that. So
For sure.
yeah.
Only thing I can say is excited to get back to the Dome this coming week. Whether we're calling a game or not, it is not going to matter. We're just going to be there to enjoy 8 great games of high school football. The only thing I would say to the players and coaches and the fans and stuff, well, players first. When you get there, take the pictures, embrace the moment, enjoy the moment. Yes, you have a business. You have a business to take care of when kickoff gets around. But you never know if you'll ever get back ever again. So walk into that Superdome, enjoy the moment. It's a memory you'll have for a lifetime. Some people are doing it for 4 straight years, and I'm sure Rustin is very excited to go again. Yeah. Some people are doing it for the first time in school history. So take the pictures, enjoy every moment, and it's going to be a memory that you will have that will last a lifetime. Coaches, don't overcoach it. Do what you've done all year. That's got you to this point, right? Just
Yes,
continue to do what got you to this point. And fans, don't stay home and watch the game on TV.
Come to the Dome.
Make sure you make that trip. Some of you, it may be the first time you get to experience a Dome or experience a high school state championship. I guarantee when you leave New Orleans, you're gonna say, "Man, it was worth it."
Yep.
Because that's an amazing weekend to say the least. So make the trip, go out and support these kids because they deserve it. They earned their ticket there, so they want to see you when they turn around or run through that tunnel, packed out in your school colors.
JB, I never told you this. I played against Pat Riley and Kendall Busson.
Oh, you did. Yes, indeed.
And Van Joseph.
Ooh, that's your talent, baby.
So that's why I put out the lineage for y'all to go check out Hank Turney, Coaching Tree.
Yeah.
Check it out. Go identify it for me. Then come back and tell me what you got.
That tree is deep. That tree is deep.
Very deep.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we say goodbye for now. Good luck to the 16 teams that will play for a state championship next week. Thursday, we got 3 great games. Friday, we got 3 great games. And Saturday, we will have 2 great games. Looking forward to seeing all 3 of you in the Dome, and a lot of our friends from around the state of Louisiana will be there. So one big family reunion.
Yes, sir.
But for now, we get ready for our upcoming shows. Tuesday, Wednesday, you can see the Hashed Out Show. Wednesday, you can see Under the Lights. And then Wednesday, you can see the Prep Report. And then Lamar is coming to be a guest picker. So come on down.
All right, let's get it.
Look, futuristically, we got a lot of things planned for 2026. And y'all going to be surprised. We might not have the little fuzzy, but the 2026 is going to be a big year for us. It might not be 11 o'clock, but you'll be surprised of the guest speakers that's going to be in for, because I got a staff they love River Parish football, and they're going to take it to another level, fellas.
There you go.
Got Sinead with that group too?
But stop.
I know. I'm just asking, man. I'm just asking, bro.
Yeah, and
Look, I can't get Chanel pack.
I got you, bro. I got you.
so this will be our second to last show this year.
Yeah.
We will come back next Sunday and we will recap the state championship games. And then next Sunday will be my final show with the boot breakdown. So someone else will sit in this seat next year.
BK Jones.
Don't worry.
So
We're gonna keep it rolling for you, GG.
Who crying?
I
Who
ain't crying,
crying?
bro. I ain't crying.
I appreciate y'all, fellas. We'll see each other next week. Let's go get steak and eggs.
there you go.
Let's do it.
God bless high school football. God bless each and every one of you. We'll see you at the
God
Dome.
bless Louisiana.